Over here, Glorious. Yeah, I'm right here.
बताओ इंग्लिश नहीं समझने वाला है तो कुछ और लगाते हैं उर्दू
So many things that we could talk about right now, but this event is set to be so
हिंदी
exciting.
हिंदी
Seeing Scout coming back for 7C, seeing BTR here. I
नो
can't
उर्दू
wait to see what's
प्लीज
gonna happen.
Yeah, it's going to be a massive clash once again, and especially the rules of this.
अबे इसने सीधा स्काउट बोला क्या
It's gonna so exciting. Seeing Scout coming back.
Oh my God!
Seeing BTR.
एक सेकंड एक सेकंड एक सेकंड एक सेकंड एक सेकंड
Once again, and gentlemen.
सुनो मेरी बात
Yeah, I'm right here.
ट्रोल कर लो मजाक उड़ा लो जो बोलना है उसको बोल दो सबसे पहले नाम किसका लिए
This
देख
is
लो
going to be ridiculous, right? This event
सुन लो
there's
सुन
so
लो
many
सुन लो
things that we could talk about right now, but this event is set to be so exciting. Seeing Scout coming back for 7C, seeing BTR
my
here.
God!
I can't wait to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to be a massive clash once again, and
Oh
especially
my
the
God.
rules of this after-party showdown. Like, there's a lot of things to break down. We're going to talk over, but like the way you get prizes in this
उर्दू बोल रहे हैं
tournament,
सब
and the
लोग
maps are going
चलो
कि उन मैप्स में दिखाई देंगी जहां पर आपने खेलते हुए उनको शायद आज से पहले कभी नहीं देखा।
बिल्कुल लादेन और कुछ
मैं
तो
पोल
ऐसे
पोल
मैप्स
कर
हैं
रहा हूँ
जो
रुको
कि
पोल
शायद
कर रहा
हम
हूँ
लोग
विच
ऑफिशियली PUBG मोबाइल के
लैंग्वेज
सिनेरियो के अंदर शायद पहली दफा
English,
देख रहे हो कि कंपेटिटिव खेला जा
उर्दू
रहा हो उन पर और इसी के साथ साथ बहुत ज्यादा चीजें हैं जो हमने डिस्कस करनी है कि आज के दिन क्या होगा क्योंकि
पोल लगाया मैंने
मैच
जल्दी जल्दी
रिवॉर्ड्स
सिलेक्ट
आ
करो
चुके हैं मैच रिवॉर्ड्स की वजह से अलादीन बहुत कुछ चेंज होगा जो
जल्दी जल्दी
strategy हम
select करो।
normally देखते हैं कंपेटिटिव में वो बिल्कुल भी काम नहीं आने वाली
जल्दी
क्योंकि
जल्दी बताओ
इतना
उर्दू
ज्यादा
या
रिवॉर्ड
इंग्लिश
रखा जा चुका है
पोल
हर
लगाया
चीज का
मैंने
रिवॉर्ड
पोल
अगर
लगाया
आप पहला किल निकाल रहे हैं अगर आप एयर ड्रॉप ले रहे हैं अगर आपने मोस्ट किल्स किए हैं आप कुछ भी कर रहे हैं उसके ऊपर कहीं ना कहीं आपको कुछ ना कुछ मिलेगा जरूर
इंग्लिश जीत रहा है फिलहाल
दूसरी रिवॉर्ड्स आपको जो है वो कहीं ना कहीं मजबूर करेगी कि आप उस पहले किल की तरफ जाएं आप उस अर्ली फाइट की तरफ जाएं अगर ड्रॉप
गाइस अगर इंग्लिश नहीं समझ में आ रहा है तो मैं ट्रांसलेट कर सकता हूँ उर्दू में तुम लोग के लिए पंजाबी इंग्लिश गुजराती सब ट्रांसलेट कर सकता हूँ मैं
आपके ऊपर हम देखते हैं जी हां मैं लिविक की
यार
बात कर रहा हूं,
इंग्लिश में
आपने
थोड़ा
लिविक
सा
की
फील
बात
आता है बे
बिल्कुल सही सुना आपने।
समझ रहे हो इंग्लिश में
लिविक भी
सेक्सी
खेला
फील
जाएगा
आता है
आज के दिन और सिर्फ लिविक ही नहीं खेला जाएगा
गाइस इंग्लिश जीत रहा है
बहुत
वन
सारे
साइड
लोग
जीत रहा है
जो याद
इंग्लिश
कर रहे थे विकेंडी को तो विकेंडी भी खेला जाएगा करेकिन की तरफ भी हम जाएंगे सो ये सारे ही मैप्स का जो एक जलवा
नहीं नहीं
है
अभी
वो
उर्दू
यहाँ
आ रहा है
पे
धीरे धीरे
देखने को मिलेगा।
आगे आ रहा है
टीम्स हमारे सामने जब वो आज के दिन कौन कौन सी खेलती नजर आएंगी आदि उनकी एंट्री देखें आप इसके लिए वो जो है
ओ इसके लिए गाना कौन सा गाना
बिल्कुल और टीम फाल्कन्स के प्लेयर्स आ चुके हैं और फाल्कन्स आपको याद करवाते चलें कि सऊदी अरेबिया की होस्ट टीम है एंड जस्ट लुक एट देयर एंट्री आपने उनकी
रुको,
entries
रुको।
चेक की है और बाकी भी टीम्स आपको कुछ ऐसा ही करती हुई नजर आएंगी
किधर है स्काउट किधर है
सवाल रहेगा कि
स्काउट
हमारी
किधर है?
टीम्स को देखें और फिर इसके बाद आप अपनी कुछ
रुक जाओ।
फेवरेट टीम्स मुझे बताइएगा जिनकी आपको बहुत
रुक जा स्काउट के एंट्री के लिए गाना सिलेक्ट कर
I can hear the drummer drumming. In the trumpet, someone's trying to summon.
स्काउट के लिए लगाएंगे रुक जाओ कौन सा जीत रहा है पहले इंग्लिश जीत रहा है दोस्तों इंग्लिश जीत रहा है इंग्लिश लगा लेता हूँ फटाफट अरे यार एक सेकंड थोड़ा सा मिस हो गया
I know something's coming. Get it all, but you lose the fucking cloud over my head. A mountain of doubt, keep that going. Nobody ever. I know shit has changed in this age. Here I go again.
उठाया
Back again, there's all the accomplishments, accolades, awards, and trophies that just don't mean jack anymore. 'Cause I'm
डायलॉग का है
go tomorrow, and I'm not gonna. I want it, I'm coming to get it. So you son of a bitches don't duck, you're gonna get ridicule. Critics don't end up in critical, think your shit is dope.
Ah,
you're gonna
yeah.
get smoked. I ain't stopping till
रुको
all alone.
फील देता हूँ तुम लोगों को फील देता हूँ
Or a homage poem or an ode, I've been old, tossed in the air, upon my own arm and launched so hard it broke my collarbone.
आइए
Time to go, I'm still not leaving. Stopping nowhere, I don't know, but I've been told I stick over it, blocks your road, knock it over. Time just as Jen as the J, they just grow wings and they fly. So hands up, reach for the sky, try to hold up and promo these moments, 'cause in the blink of an eye, they'll be over. Trying to secure your legacy like Shakur and ensure nobody's ever gonna be what you were. So before you're leaving this earth, you want people to feel the fury of a pure evil serve. Evil preserve, deacon the word, syllable genius at work. Plus I'm thinking it's third. Mistaking my kindness for weakness, killing with meanness. I went from kind of milk and farina to flipping burgers on the grill for some peanuts. And cures to arenas, call me Gilbert Arenas. Still appeal to the dreamers, I made it to the silver screen, but rock.
चलो लेट्स कंटिन्यू नॉर्मल वॉच पार्टी इंडिया ओपी लेट्स गो
Last week, winning $500,000 for first place, and of course, Mike making it rain. Oh, they actually where did they get the money? Is that USD?
लेट्स फकिंग गो
Yeah, exactly.
इंग्लिश जीत गया ठीक है इंग्लिश जीत गया
Something's happening. There's
मजा
a
आएगा।
setup going on here.
सब उठा क्यों रहे अपने टीममेट्स को
Alpha 7. They're ready to go.
Ah, I see.
Oh, it's
Are
the
we
Rez.
reviving him?
It's the Rez.
Oh,
They used the pickup feature. Wow. That's great.
I love that.
Okay, they got like a team chat in there. I like it.
Oh, they're serious.
I'm spooked.
मजा आएगा भाई ये इवेंट में.
Really nice.
That was
मजा
some
आएगा.
psychological warfare.
भाई
tactics
इंग्लिश
from
कास्टिंग सुनने को थोड़ा
S2G.
अच्छा लगता है यार.
There comes the team. Max
बहुत
Active
एक्सपीरियंस कास्टर्स है, इनको सुनने को थोड़ा अच्छा लगेगा.
here at this
Have you,
event.
Max?
मिसिंग सोल
I
यार.
said they're one of the best, I think.
क्यों?
Oh.
अरे
oh.
सब
Oh,
गिर
that was
क्यों
a
रहे
better
हैं?
reel in,
know,
actually.
Yeah,
That was a better reel in. There you go.
in terms of acting, that's way better.
सब जा जा के स्टेज पे गिर क्यों रहे हैं?
He channeled his inner fish.
Yeah.
Being reeled in.
I would know.
Or was it a mermaid?
Oh, we have Damwon Kia coming out.
Overlords. Oh, okay.
Come on, South
ये
Korea.
सब गिर रहे हैं, सब उठा रहे हैं.
What's happening?
ये क्या है? ये क्या है? ये
I was a bit
क्या?
confused.
I
They
was
started to lift his legs up,
concerned
and then
initially,
it turned into something
and then
good.
it worked out.
But the ending was worth it, okay?
There was a moment.
I thought we could maybe do one on the desk, but we didn't practice anything on that one.
No, we didn't.
Are you trying to do a fusion?
अच्छा प्रेजेंटेशन का प्राइस में नहीं है क्या?
I don't know, we can't.
ओह
I'm in the middle. I feel I'm not necessary for this.
No, you're right. You're not necessary. Jason,
I mean, he's not wrong.
you told me that you haven't been mean to him, so I kind of, gotta get.
Doesn't mean you
cycles
have
in.
to. Come on.
Wow.
Actually, contractually, if you look in
It's true.
his contract, there's
Hello?
a stipulation that he has to be mean to Max at some point.
It
Who
is.
signed that?
Oh, with that in a heartbeat.
And he wasn't even the one that proposed it, actually. It was someone else that proposed it. All right, well, let's actually get a little bit more serious, though, because this event is going to be kicking off momentarily. But we need to dive into, I guess, the format of this whole event. You guys might be a little bit confused going into this because things have changed quite heavily. We've hinted at it a little bit. It's more about the money. But instead of 8
Okay,
teams,
we're back. We're back. 6 matches per day, 3 days a week, 3 days to go.
Something on this page that makes me extremely happy.
That's a lot of maps.
That wasn't it.
That is a lot of maps, but
There's a
one
few
of
things
those
here that make me
is
excited.
Vikendi. We're seeing Vikendi being brought back. I'm super stoked about that in particular, right? Potentially Castle finish, I don't know, but Livik and Karakin
Guys,
also added to the mix there.
Was it
मेरे को
Vikendi,
खबर
Jason,
मिली है.
maybe?
सुनो मेरी बात.
No.
सुनो मेरी बात.
What are you focused on?
I mean, hey, everyone.
मोस्ट पॉपुलर प्लेयर में
thing.
सुनो मेरी बात. सुनो ध्यान से सुनो, ध्यान से सुनो. मोस्ट पॉपुलर प्लेयर में स्काउट को वोट कर सकते हो. स्काउट को वोट कर सकते हो. जाओ और वोट करो अभी के अभी. जाओ और स्काउट को वोट करो अभी के अभी. अभी बंद कर दो स्ट्रीम. नहीं, ये स्ट्रीम मत बंद करना, बैकग्राउंड में चलाओ. बट जाओ और वोट करो. जाओ, जल्दी जाओ, जल्दी जाओ. स्काउट अलाउड है, स्काउट को वोट कर सकते हैं. जाओ जल्दी.
And especially when we get to
कहाँ,
the event of
कैसे?
how you get yourself money
Good
throughout
question.
those games,
Link.
that's also going to be testing them in a different way.
Yeah.
It's very open here.
Well, you know what?
कैसे
Cars, you
वोट कर
mentioned
सकते हैं?
money. Let's take a look at the prize.
मेरे को
pool.
भी actually
This
पता
is
नहीं
the
है.
Big difference we've seen. Take a look at this. $1 million in total. However,
यार किधर तो करते हो,
most
किधर
of
तो
that
होता
money
होगा ना.
comes
जाके
back
ढूंढो ना.
to
सब
us.
मैं ही
I've
बताओ क्या.
mentioned just a few, but
सब
let's
मैं ही
take a look
बताओ.
at our total earnings.
किधर तो
First
होगा,
place
जाके
at the
ढूंढो.
end of These 3 days will win themselves $60,000. Second place, $55,000.
Yeah.
There is a big difference.
$23,000 per match.
Yeah,
What
match
the
rewards also
fuck?
what's really cool is that based
हर
on how
chicken
match
dinner
rewards are
$10,000.
if you get a lot of match rewards,
माँ
you're gonna be
कसम
in
भाई
one of the top
कितना
positions
पैसा है.
in the ranking by
theory,
default,
yes.
right? And $23,000 per match. That's without the chicken dinner.
कहीं पे तो होगा ना यार. किधर तो होगा. कर सकते हो, मैंने बता दिया. अब जाके करो तुम लोग.
That's the most money for a single chicken dinner you could ever get in PUBG Mobile Esports, like ever,
Yeah.
really. So 33K per match. That's absolutely mental.
And what's important, Kalaris, is
इधर तो नहीं है, कहीं तो होगा.
Wondered, like, what are you going to go for? Are you going to go for James?
No, definitely. I mean, some teams here, well, we've even seen them have hot drop scenarios go down in the previous weekends with the tournament. So, actually, that could play in your favor
देखो,
if you feel quite adept in
मेरे को तो नहीं मिल रहा, तुम लोग को मिल जाएगा. मेरे को नहीं मिल रहा, इसी के लिए मैं बाथरूम क्लीनर हूँ. तुम लोग you're much educated and you know smarter, so जाओ. तुम लोग को मिल जाएगा. कहीं पे तो होगा यार. ढूंढ लो ना यार जाके यार. सब मैं ही करूँ क्या?
$14,000 on the line over the course of this event, and this is how you win the money in each match. So as you said before, Max, $10,000 for a chicken dinner.
इंस्टा पर है. आ जाओ, इंस्टा पर है, जाओ.
You got so many
Insta pe.
to look at, and we had a little bit of a theory, me and Kalash, when we were looking at these match rewards.
Yeah.
First elimination and first team elimination, you could get 7K right at the very start of a game. But how teams going to work?
मिल गया है, देखो लिंक मिल गया.
Feed, like, pop off and, like,
कुछ तो एक बंदे ने लिंक दिया है. रुको कॉपी पेस्ट करके चेक करने दो.
Are they going to keep looking
Right.
for the
बस किसी
elimination
का
like
लंड
this?
बिंड ना दिख
So
जाए
many
बस. और
options
ये रहा.
we were just
करो,
gonna have
comment
to
करो.
wait.
Absolutely, because once
Comment.
those two
Oh fuck, comment नहीं कर सकता.
elimination incentives
Ah
are
yes,
included,
Scout
you still
OP.
want to survive for quite a while. You want to maybe find yourself some
Scout
airdrops.
OP.
You want to get those extra 1Ks on the
Guys,
board alongside the
मैच चालू होने के
bonus.
पहले let's go, let's give सात
Team
समुंदर
with
some
those
energy.
eliminations as well,
The
team
vote,
with
we are
those,
rooting for them.
special eliminations.
Let's
I
fucking
believe-
go. इंडियन प्लेयर्स आर नॉट एलिजिबल. मैं बता रहा हूँ ना, स्काउट को कर सकते हो, स्काउट को कर सकते हो, जाओ और करो. एक सेकंड ओरिजिनल लगाता हूँ, ये मजा नहीं आ रहा है, वाइब नहीं आ रहा है. ओरिजिनल गाना वाइब वाला था. लेट्स गिव देम सम एनर्जी, लेट्स गिव देम सम एनर्जी. या लेट्स गो. स्काउट को कर सकते हैं, स्काउट को कर सकते हैं, स्काउट को अलाउड है वोटिंग करना. जाके वोट करो, जाओ. बस एक ही टीम दिखना चाहिए, एक ही टीम, एक ही टीम दिखना चाहिए. बस ये दो टीम दिख रहे हैं, अभी जाने दो, क्या कर सकते हैं. स्काउट एलिजिबल है, जाके कमेंट करो, स्काउट को वोट दो, जाओ. चलो ये गाना स्टैंड बाय पे रखते हैं, जब भी 7 सीज अच्छा खेलेगी हम ये गाना चलेंगे एंड वी आर गोइंग टू एंजॉय टुगेदर. ठीक है
favorites. You can head over to the PUBG Mobile Esports
Guys, मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ?
give likes and leave comments to your favorite team.
इधर 2 घंटा करने के बाद 2 घंटा अपन इधर जाते हैं क्या?
But let's take a look at the schedule. You guys at home are wondering
YouTube पे जाते हैं क्या? 2 घंटा करने के बाद बताओ. क्या बोलते हो?
Showmatch 1 and Showmatch
2 घंटे के बाद YouTube पे जाते हैं. ठीक है? After 2 hours.
We're going to be having teams.
2 घंटा इधर, 2 घंटा
to go head to head here.
YouTube.
Start off and end the day.
ठीक है?
And these players cannot
2 घंटे के बाद YouTube जाते हैं.
the rosters. There's some spicy things coming.
Yeah, there's so many things that we saw right
अभी
now.
जाओ YouTube पे. नहीं भाई,
Interesting and we saw
भाई
it
वॉच
really
आवर्स कंप्लीट करने बाबा पैसे चाहिए. ऑलरेडी बहुत दिन मिस हो गए, समझ रहे हो? 2 घंटे के बाद जाएंगे.
in the world playing in a duo matchup like that, like things that,
Yeah.
oh man, I can't
Oh.
wait to see how they're going to perform.
I'm excited
2 घंटे के
to
बाद
watch
जाएंगे,
this.
अभी
So
नहीं,
actually,
अभी.
it's 5 matches in total for the duos tournament, right, Jason?
Yeah, it is. I mean, 12 duels, 5 matches. But the trick is, it's going to be the start and the end of the day for the first 2 days of play. But obviously, in the final day, we'll be starting things off with a show match, and there won't be a final one because you know what? We want to see who's going to win overall and see how much money each team.
From land, do you have the 4 of spades?
Sanhok and Livik, and we're going to be starting things on Sanhok here momentarily.
नीचे मेरे बैग में.
As you can see,
Of course I do.
in and getting ready to go. And I'm
Let's
excited.
go,
Hopefully you guys at home as
let's
well are excited.
go.
And I'm really curious to
DC
see
join
how
करो, यहाँ जाओ, वहाँ जाओ, करने वालों को
Strategy
प्लीज टाइम आउट दे दो चैट से,
in
प्लीज
terms of who they
प्लीज.
might field. Are they going for an in-game leader and a fragger?
वहाँ A7 वाले स्टोरीज पे स्टोरीज आ रहे हैं. अरे
all going to be
भाई,
broken down here with
तुम
John.
लोग क्या अपने आप को वीक समझते हो क्या? तुम लोग वीक समझते हो? तुम लोग एक कमेंट लाइक करना है सिड, मतलब
we're going to be getting
check करने
in
दो.
with 2 players per team. Remember, this is the duos game, so it's a
Like the comment of your favorite player under this post.
A fun one to
ठीक है, सुनो सुनो, मैं अच्छा
a little bit of a
मैं
fun
मैं
one. That's exactly
मैं
what we're
comment कर रहा हूँ.
doing. Just a bit of a fun match.
तुम
but
लोग
also
like करो, जाओ.
it's a chance to really show off your
मैं
duo
comment कर रहा हूँ,
skills,
तुम लोग
because
like
we
करो.
have seen some fantastic duos throughout the history of esports in PUBG Mobile.
मैं like कर रहा हूँ,
as
रुक
well as
जाओ.
teams that, you know, have
gone down earlier on and only have 2 left alive on the team, and yet still come out on top with a winner chicken dinner. But this is really where you
कहाँ
get
पे
to
कौन से पेज पे?
flex those numbers here on these maps during the show matches. to
Esports
be
PUBG
the
Mobile.
best duo
मैं comment
in
करूँगा, तुम लोग like
PUBG
करो.
Mobile for the PMWI Afterparty Showdown. This map though will be slightly accelerated
ठीक है?
later on.
Player को
So
करना है comment.
watch out for that, because we're looking to make sure these
क्या बात
teams
कर
at
रहे हो?
the
ऐसा
end
थोड़ी है.
will be fighting each other tooth and
Who
nail to
decide?
get
You
those
decide
points.
because like the comment of your favorite player. Oh,
18 teams, right? A whole
player
load
को
of
करना
players
पड़ेगा.
in here, and now we're cut down to 12 lots of
बोल
teams,
देंगे
as
scout
we
को.
all know,
अपन 1-2 दिन में
24
जीत जाएंगे बे.
players.
3 दिन
That's
का
gonna
जरूरत
be
नहीं है अपने को.
vastly
अरे 1-2 दिन में
smaller.
जीत जाएंगे.
Looks like though we might have a
जरूरत नहीं है
little
अपने
bit
को.
of argy-bargy in Paradise Resort, potentially a little bit of a hot drop.
7
going
Cs
on.
के 2 ही लोग क्यों दिख रहे हैं?
Looking to
Hey, ये क्या है?
take control there.
No, BTR is going to speed on past, go to like the usual drop spots for BTR.
दो लोग
heading
क्यों
over
उतरे?
towards the eastern side, but we do actually have 2 teams. Can't quite see it as they are just over.
ये क्या duo है क्या अभी?
But it is S2G as well as R8. Looking to go out early on. S2G, I know this team has liked to drop in Paradise Resort before, and already S2G have lost 1 right off the bat. So,
The
kind of
fuck?
unfortunate start for them, but R8 extremely happy with 1 point. Now they just need to
अच्छा
finish
duo
off
match है,
that
duo
fire
match है.
to
ठीक है,
see if
ठीक
they
है.
can get that,
Scout और सारंग निकाल लेंगे.
extra
नहीं.
point on board for
guys,
themselves to keep shooting up
मैं
those
sorry मैं भूल गया
2
था.
points. Shooting up there, I'm telling you.
Absolutely. There seems like there's 3 close procs drops. We were on board. We were talking about the Paradise Resort hot drop going on.
show match है. समझ गया.
Of conflict going on. Deadeyes Guys did drop up there, and I think
मेरे को लगता है इसमें
eliminated, if I'm not mistaken. Over in hard 10. They do go down first.
इसमें Stalwart अच्छा करेगी मेरे को लगता है.
And Vampire and Alpha 7 on camp.
और BTR भी अच्छा कर सकती है.
Silas left in a 1 versus
BTR भी
2
अच्छा कर
now,
सकती है.
and it's going to be the Tommy gun.
मेरे हिसाब
To be
से
able to take that one down. R8 Esports claim Paradise Resort in the duos.
Here's Joker.
DWG भी अच्छा टीम है.
Playing for Deadeyes Guys over here for Nepal, instantly taking down Damwon with a UMP. Incredible stuff coming through from that one player there. Obviously a veteran over in that region. We still do have our PMWI gunskin and outfit sale on at the moment. They're on for a limited time. You can also win PMWI treasure chests if you play PUBG Mobile during.
भाई एसटी को बोलो कि बच्चे बजेंगे रहने दो. ब्रो मैं किसको भी कुछ भी बोल सकता हूँ. मेरे को चाहिए 7 Cs जीते. मेरे को नहीं चाहिए कोई और जीते. खत्म हो गया बात. सिंपल हिसाब बता रहा हूँ मैं.
They did drop over.
I'm sorry किसी को कोई offended होगा तो I don't give a shit. I want 7 Cs to win.
Should be fairly accessible.
ठीक है?
Little bit north.
खत्म हो गई बात.
Yeah, I mean this must be really nice for Stalwart as well, considering they're not being dropped upon all the time. There's SK-Ton with the classic little drop shot coming through, which I think caught Calci by surprise there. It would have done the same for me, so slightly unfortunate for them. 7.
ये क्या?
Man, I think you could have hit that.
ये लोग नहीं कर पाएंगे मैच में अच्छा मेरे हिसाब से.
Raised him a rank quite a bit recently. 7
मेरे को नहीं लगता.
Scout. Everybody loves Scout. I think that is the name of his personal show, at least. But it's really lovely to see this guy playing again, all the way back from I think it was World League when he was on Orange Esports.
मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि कोई और जीतना नहीं चाहिए. मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा.
For the guy,
मेरे को चाहिए 7 Cs जीते. बस चुप बे खाली जलता है तू. मैं बोल रहा हूँ 7 Cs जीते तो मैं जलता हूँ. मेरी इंडिया की टीम, मेरे दोस्त, मेरे फ्रेंड्स, मैं बोल रहा हूँ अगर वो जीते, मैं चाहता हूँ वो जीते तो मेरी जलती है. नहीं भाई, मेरे को चाहिए मेरे प्लेयर्स और मेरा फ्लैग ट्रॉफी लेके आए. 2 ही क्यों है? डुओ मैच है. Duo match है ये. Show match है. Show match है.
No, we've got to go through our current English representative, who is Jason. I think I will be voting for maybe Damwon Kia. That was
Falcon भी बहुत अच्छी टीम है guys.
What's going on here? And then suddenly
Falcon भी बहुत अच्छी टीम है.
From the Korean team.
Falcon भी जीत सकती है ये वाला मैच. बहुत solid team है Falcon.
Equally they came out. They looked like they were having a good time though. And I think for the passion factor, that was certainly there for the Falcons.
I still enjoyed the Stalwart approach, the thriller kind of walk.
Show match है, show match है.
That was good. That was kind of cool. I kind of like that.
There was a lot going on there for sure.
There was. We'll have to review. We'll have to review the footage.
Yeah, that'll be done.
ये मैच काउंट नहीं होगा, but I think कुछ पैसा मिलेगा शायद ये लोग को.
We'll find a room. we'll make a very serious discussion about the dance.
$15K to the #1 in this so much. अच्छा, okay. शो मैच है,
For these games,
$15,000 मिलेगा फर्स्ट प्लेस वाले
placement
को.
points aren't as
कैम राइट में
heavily,
करो.
you know,
क्यों लेफ्ट में तो कुछ भी नहीं है, राइट में दिख रहा है तुम लोग को माल मसाला. क्या बात कर रहे हो? रियाद में हो रहा है ये भी. नहीं नहीं, सेम रियाद का जो सेट है ना, वो सेम वो लोग ने एयरलिफ्ट करके वो लोग फिनलैंड लेके गए हैं, क्योंकि रियाद में गर्मी बहुत ज्यादा था. सेम एयरलिफ्ट करके लेके गए वो लोग. जितने भी डीसी ज्वाइन करो, यहाँ जाओ वहाँ जाओ वाले हैं, प्लीज उनको टाइम आउट दे दो चैट से. प्लीज लेट मी जस्ट एंजॉय माय वॉच पार्टी. आई लाइक डूइंग इट दिस वे. ठीक है, I like doing it this way and that's it.
Fantastic for you, but if you can't get that, it might just be time for those eliminations.
End of story. ठीक है.
That's what you need to be looking out for.
भाई 720 में भी क्वालिटी थोड़ा फकॉल नहीं आ रहा क्या?
4 players leaving the match. It really does leave us with very little players still left alive.
I mean, we're talking about, you know, the points distribution. I mean, in duos, it's even further exacerbated, right? So the ratio of elimination points available to placement points means that there should, in theory, be way more placement points in this pool than we'll see in the 4-player lobbies that we're going to see later on today. Because there's only 22 elimination points, right, that you can actually get as a team, potentially. And the fact that
कर दिया 2x कर दिया. बाकी में पन्ने दी लगाओ, सब पे लगाएंगे. रुक जाओ. डी तो बेस्ट टीम है ये लॉबी में. डी तो बेस्ट टीम है ये लॉबी में. बीटीआर भी. मेरे को तो लगता है ये दोनों जीत जाएंगे. मेरे को लगता है जीत जाएंगे ये लोग.
To make yourself towards the top of the standings. Luxy though, going for it versus Alpha 7. They drop out the vehicle. Good damage done already, but Liquid on a beautiful off
Alpha 7 भी अच्छा टीम है बे, but
has the building on lock. Liquid from down the hill strikes. Revo low, bleeding out. Korea.
But BTR उससे better है. भाई क्वालिटी बहुत खराब नहीं है क्या? ये
Luxy though, going for
अब हो गई ना क्वालिटी.
Good damage done already, but Liquid on a beautiful off angle. Goodness me.
Has the building on lock. Liquid from down the hill strikes. Revo low, bleeding out. Korea over the hill. Looks like survival's on the mind of Alpha 7.
इधर है अपने लोंडे. अपने लोंडे मतलब वो नहीं, कोई और है अपने लोंडे. वो नहीं, कोई और है अपने लोंडे. समझ रहे हो?
Is down for the count and will be timing out just there. The flash comes through from Liquid. Now Luxy can start to push in from the flank. Liquid with that fire will draw the attention of Korea. But it looks like they're not going for the push just yet. Blank.
करियो दोनों को मार
It's very
देगा.
doubtful that BTR are going to let Korea leave anymore from Alpha 7. They're looking to pick up these points here. It was really, really good stuff for them. Vampire Esports, Fluka though, able to earn himself an airdrop on the way.
Sound बढ़ाओ.
Vampire Esports looking for that end game at the moment. They're down towards the southeast.
दो बंदे क्यों खेल रहे हैं?
Side of Barn.
ये मैप छोटा है ना ब्रो. सैनोक मस्तांग, तो ये मैप छोटा है, तो ये लोग ने डिसाइड किया ये इवेंट पे लोग सैनोक पे दो बंदे खेलेंगे. 4 लोगों का जैसे बहुत फाइट्स होते हैं, फिर गेम लैग होता है, तो स्ट्रीम पे मजा नहीं आता लोगों को, तो इसके लिए दो खिला रहे हैं लोग.
Especially with a gun like that, you know, you can get up close and personal and potentially with the 35 bullets that you have in there, go for a massive spray onto both these players.
अरे भाई पहले अपने टीम को ट्रेनिंग करा भाई. तू जो इंडिया में एक टूर्नामेंट जीते तो ज्यादा बोल रहे थे. वो एक टूर्नामेंट इंडिया का सबसे बड़ा टूर्नामेंट था इस साल का. वो जीतने के बाद ज्यादा तो बोलेंगे ना.
There's a lot of open area and it's almost difficult to predict a lot of these rotations as well for these teams, purely because there is so much open space and you're unsure what these teams are going to be holding out on. Again, BTR are playing this very, very slowly. Luxy, one of my favorite players over in Indonesia, just because, you know, for BTR at least, he has never really fallen off. He has always been fantastic. You know, you've had ups and downs of players like Ryzen's and when they
कैरियो मार देगा, कैरियो दोनों को मार देगा. एक तो गिराएगा कैरियो. बहुत सॉलिड प्लेयर है ये, एक तो गिरा ही देगा. लन फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. मार दिया. ओ मार दिया. कोई बात नहीं. हार्ड लक होता है. हार्ड लक.
That was really, really well done. Again, like I said, there is massive potential for outplay, and you saw it just there.
BTR में जो अभी लिक्विड है वो 16 का प्लेयर था.
In that situation, down to 25% apiece. Wow, whoever did
बात
that
कर रहे हो?
observer switch there is just a god. Did you see the door open into the
Bro, you don't brag after winning Sid. Make it from scratch. Give some.
Can we have more of those, please?
I enjoyed it.
Give
I
some. Give him
Either
some
way,
respect.
really
He's
well
the one
done
who
by
celebrated
GTR. I think that they
after
played it out knowing that these situations
chicken
can
in
go either way
PMWI.
anytime.
What?
So they wanted to confirm that they
क्या
would
बोल
get
रहे
that,
हो?
even if it meant sending some grenades in early to force them out of position. Smoke went down.
Omega trolling you.
Again, though, Creo is
एक
just a
second.
good
कितना
player
watching
from
आ रहा है
Alpha
Omega को?
7. It was a little bit risky.
Yeah, still cannot be.
फिर तो
worried about
troll
some
तो करना
sort
पड़ेगा
of
watching के
settings on
साथ.
the fly there.
कोई बात.
Coming in on the cam. I don't know if you saw that, but
Anyway, कौन है? कौन बचा है?
making sure that you're always on lock. Next circle, just about to pop.
बे इतना बड़ा जोन है लोग जोन के बाहर क्यों है?
Really too close by. I'm looking at the Paradise Resort area and seeing that as potentially the next set of hotspots, but the circle will dictate where these conflicts happen.
Yeah, Nigma Galaxy playing like Nigma Galaxy at the moment. Out in the blue, they're taking their time. They're going to head back up into the circle.
श्री भाई आपका sound थोड़ा ज़्यादा आ रहा है.
Right
कम कर
on
रहा
the
हूँ.
edge at the moment, playing it very, very close to the blue. They want to make sure that all angles are cleared off. They might even spot Nigma Galaxy on their rotate as they are passing through.
जीत जाएगा वो लोग बहुत एक्सपीरियंस और फायर पावर और एक मोमेंटम पकड़ के आए ये इवेंट में तो मेरे को लगता है कि 2v2 अगर फाइट होता है मेरे को लगता है निग्मा गैलेक्सी हरा देगा शायद
regular tournament play at the afterparty.
Most likely.
You wanted to turn up the heat, the spice a little bit.
Exactly. With so many rewards on the line as well. You want to
मैं तब तक YT पे शेड्यूल कर देता हूँ स्ट्रीम, ठीक है? 2 घंटे के बाद वहाँ जाएंगे. यहाँ पे कितना टाइम हो गया अभी? 40 मिनट्स हो गया, मतलब और 1 hour 20 मिनट्स के बाद मतलब 6 बजे, एग्जैक्ट 6 बजे अपन YouTube पे लाइव जाएंगे, ठीक है? शेड्यूल कर देता हूँ. शेड्यूल करके रख रहा हूँ. 6 बजे वहाँ जाएंगे.
And it's no longer a case of, just play for that first place spot.
निग्मा स्ट्रॉन्ग टीम है, नहीं पता पेनल्टी वगैरह नहीं ऐसा स्ट्रॉन्ग है. मेरे को लगता है हरा देंगे वो लोग.
Very, very interesting stuff coming into the Afterparty Showdown. A lot of different things happening here, and it really is a completely different game type.
आप समझ रहे हो ना? मेरे को लगता है.
Currently, just biding their time right in the center in a couple of
एक सेकंड बस स्ट्रीम शेड्यूल कर रहा हूँ. 2 घंटे के बाद वहाँ चले जाएंगे.
Stalwart to their south, BTR to their north. But there's no real incentive to push out at the moment. I mean, the circle
slow mode
pretty much exactly right in the middle. So really
not
too much to worry about there. There's a little bit of the central river in, but again, nothing really to worry about. There's plenty of ground. There's plenty.
ठीक है, शेड्यूल्ड है 10 बजे का स्ट्रीम, 6 बजे का स्ट्रीम शेड्यूल्ड है. सॉरी माय बैड. 6 बजे का स्ट्रीम शेड्यूल्ड है.
I would agree with that.
6 बजे YT पे चले जाएंगे.
This area of the map. Look how many compounds are still available. You can see just around Riyadh alone, up in the top right, there is compound right here. There's a compound to the left of them. You can't quite see it on your map, but we can. And around their area, the very close vicinity, there's the warehouses up towards the north side of them.
6 बजे.
A couple of compounds just towards the.
Will Nazakat bhai come today?
The zone. So these teams have a
ये
lot
कर ले
of
पहले.
positions to
ये कर ले.
just chill and not really have to take too many fights.
ये खत्म करे पहले.
Early on. I know it's 13 minutes into
ठीक
the
है.
game, but we are probably going to be pushing towards that 8th or 9th zone until everyone gets pushed together.
अबे क्या पका रहे हो बे? जाओ ना यार.
So perhaps even 7 minutes time, perhaps even in 9.
Yeah, absolutely. It could happen at any moment.
जोन तो नहीं मिलेगा 7 सीज को. मेरे को लगता है 7 सीज जोन के हिसाब से 7 सीज थोड़ा अनलकी है मेरे हिसाब से. जोन तो मेरे को नहीं लगता मिलेगा.
He thought, and I hope I'm quoting him correctly because he'll have it for me if I get this wrong.
Well, he was saying in a second. Yeah, he's gonna.
जोन मिलना तो मुश्किल है.
Come out the sides and absolutely have me out for it.
सिड भाई ये मैच का पॉइंट्स काउंट होगा. हाँ.
Splits just won't happen.
यही फॉर्मेट है. हर मैच में वो लोग 2-2 प्लेयर्स ही खिलाएंगे. हर मैप में. अभी ये 2 खेले ना, अभी नेक्स्ट मैच में कोई और 2 खेलेगा.
Slow play in terms of going for rotations. You're going to have to kind of just full send as a duo, but then again there won't be that many.
अगर ट्रॉफी नहीं आती तो वॉचिंग कैसे आती? ट्रॉफी के बिना भी वॉचिंग अच्छी खासी आ रही है, ऐसा कुछ सीन नहीं है. मतलब
doing damage to your own team potentially. That was my theory. His theory was the start, the seed of that. I created the plan.
you've bloomed out into some kind of monstrous, you know, creation. Rocky Horror Show
My
type
mum
of
says
deal.
the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, interesting. I think that, you know, you won't see splits.
नहीं होगा ये मैच का
necessarily,
अबे ये
but you
PMGC के
certainly will get
क्वालिफिकेशन के लिए
held
ये
out,
मैचेस
especially
दो
with two
2-man
players
वाले
that hold compounds like this. You know, as a duo team, you still can watch both directions quite easily. And I think that you can see right now a lot of these teams.
ओमेगा बोल रहा है वो लोग ट्रॉफी नहीं लाते तो
the
सिड
few
की
compounds
वॉचिंग
that are
लाते
still in the circle now. I think this is
समझ
where
में
it
नहीं आया
becomes
मेरे को
difficult for a couple of these teams. BTR though, very close to Team Falcons.
क्या कह रहे हो हर कोई लोगों पे सिर्फ
Very
कमाने
close
आता है
to
2
taking
घंटे
all
हाँ
in the PMWI.
चैरिटी तो नहीं कर रहे ना हम लोग
Snuck under by Vampire Esports on
जो
one
कर रहे हैं पैसे
very
कमाने के लिए कर रहे हैं ना
in their final games, the PMWI.
एंड ऑफ द डे
Liquid takes a
पता नहीं
big
लोग
knockdown
तुमको
to
क्या
the
क्या
lead,
बोलते हैं
though. That
हर
might
एक
be
बंदा
the
पैसे
case
कमाने
if
के लिए कर रहा है
great
पापा
smokes though set up
बैलेंस
already
करना पड़ रहा है
inside
2
line.
घंटा यहाँ पे पैसे कमाऊंगा दो
We'll
घंटा
see. I
यूट्यूब पे
think
पैसे
Liquid
कमाऊंगा
starts to try and reposition. Molotov to try and hold them back just a little bit, switches to the smoke.
The grenade was good, but the reposition from Bigetron was slightly better.
बिना
So
पैसे के
it's
करने बोल दो किसी तुम्हारे फेवरेट स्ट्रीमर को
Mostly
देखते हैं
found.
फिर
They're
कितना
on
टाइम करते हैं
the long side of the blue zone, so they will have to get a shifty on. Falcons, they want to dip. Bigetron trying to suppress this, trying to control it, but the disengage from
Why only
Falcons
2
is
players?
tricky,
ये
and it's like
PMGC का
this
फॉर्मेट है
scenario.
And they
तो
have
एक दिस इज एन एक्सपेरिमेंटल फॉर्मेट जो
the path of Vampire
PMGC में ये लोग
Esports.
ट्राई करने वाले हैं 2
Just
मैन
on the other side of
क्योंकि
Karakin
4 मैन
as
से
well.
होता है कि
Both these
बहुत
teams
लैग
not
होता है
in
फिर
the
डिवाइस
circle as of
एंड्रॉइड
yet.
डिवाइस पे खिलाते तो बहुत लैग होता है
They've got action
तो इसके
and
लिए दे
offense.
ट्राइंग 2 मैन करने के लिए अभी
Honestly,
फिलहाल
for
थोड़ा
Riyadh,
टाइम के लिए
most of PUBG
एक्सपेरिमेंटल
mobile,
मोड
most
है ये
people will tell you that if you're looking for the best fraggers in the game at the moment, on well top as well as action, they're very much up there.
Got
तो
some
बहुत
good
देखा है बे
practice
मैंने
here.
मतलब कमेंट्स वमेंट्स में
Rolling on in towards
ये
R8
प्लेयर
compound.
ट्रॉफी के
They
लिए
didn't go
खेलता है
for the
पैसों
to
के
the
लिए
other
सोल
side,
वाले
but
पैसों के लिए
unfortunately,
खेलते हैं
there was a snake
प्लेयर
in the
को
grass.
बोल दो
There was an
सैलरी
off
बंद करवा दे
and
स्ट्रीमिंग
Luxy
बंद कर दे
takes
सिर्फ
that
ट्रॉफी के लिए
in.
खेले
Just
देखते हैं
lit the
कितना टाइम
fight
करते हैं
for Bigetron. Gets back
कुछ
to
नहीं होता
cover,
सब पैसे के लिए
takes
करते
damage. Bigetron
सब
now on the ropes. SK pushes forwards,
Oh,
but he's not
nice.
going to be good enough to take
कि
Liquid
जितना
down
पैसा
this time
कमाओगे उतना
around.
कम होता है
Good spray around
तो
the
हर
side.
बंदा
One
पैसे के लिए
out
करता है
TF4, playing on the close angle. Needs to stay alive
जीत गया
here, needs
BTR
to
जीत
win the
जाएगा
spray. Wins out that small trade, and Liquid stays alive for now.
मार देगा
Around
लिक्विड
the
अपना
side
बंदा
of
है
the window, R8 Esports trying to keep their hopes in it. The push is good, it's fast. The UMP
आय हाय
reloaded, and a lot more
ओ
damage
ओ
went in. Swap back
ओ
to the M4, everything's there. Around the
और
window, he's
बैन
so
की
high. He jumps at the wrong time, and it's R8 to stay alive.
एक
in the
नंबर
duos.
Oh dear me, but Liquid played them like
अरे
a fool there in that situation. But it was that jump shot that was just a bit too much. But finally, they will pick up that final elimination. Really, really well done.
एनजीएक्स बहुत स्ट्रांग
for
टीम है यार
R8
बहुत
there.
स्ट्रांग टीम है
Gets both players back up on the feet
स्काउट
too.
1v2 निकाल पाएगा
Scout playing sneaky
लगता नहीं है
beaky.
मेरे को
In the blue on the south side. We'll have to get a move on. We'll know that Hamodi's left. Lord staying back there. I think they might have an inkling that they've got a player to worry about. Here's the replay. Okay,
Oh,
they should
no.
know that there's another 7C player around here.
Scout doesn't even opt to go for the peek out there. He just wants to remain hidden for as long as possible. But he will have to start walking into blue. Luckily, it's right in front of him. Cancels the first aid though. Will still just about get it off, but it's about to tick for a little bit
क्या
more.
लगता है मेरे को नहीं लगता स्काउट को एक भी किल मिलेगा ये मैच में मुश्किल लग रहा है मेरे को
Need to get towards the circle and quickly. Now a lot of these compounds no longer
मुश्किल लग रहा है
play. It's very open, and the south side is pretty awful to play from for Nigma Galaxy because they will have to cross the road, so smokes will be needed in here.
Popping another first aid. He's right on the blue line here. And it's moving on the long side. It's going to be painful for Scout. I don't know if he's going to be able to make it through when you have Stalwart as well to worry about.
Depends how many meds he has left. He's
कैसे
running
मिलेगा
down
अभी
the
स्काउट को
road.
किल्स
The boogie sends in. Lord just
नहीं
trying to keep
मिलेंगे
him
अभी
out the
कैसे
way.
मिलेंगे
It's
मुश्किल ही
on
है
top.
इम्पॉसिबल है
Deadeyes
मतलब मुश्किल भी
takes
नहीं
out Raj. Just one of them goes down.
इम्पॉसिबल लग रहा है स्काउट को अभी किल्स मिलना
Taking a
है
look
ना
at the state of play. No one's central right now. At the moment, it's Riyadh and Deadeyes Guys, as you were talking about just then, that are really in the thick of it. R8 to the northern side as well. Could have a shout into the fight, but it's Deadeyes Guys to take down Riyadh.
R8 कहाँ का टीम है बे 8-5 किल हो गए
A pretty good record right now. 5 though in the hands of R8.
Yeah, really, really well done. R8 have been doing fantastic this game from the very beginning when they took down S2G, and they have followed through on that momentum to 5 points here, 5 eliminations. Deadeye Guys
क्या
are
फाल्कन
on top, and Joker, I keep saying
क्या
this,
यूसुफ
he's
भैया
been
एक्शन को
doing this
मारेंगे
game. Managed to get up to 4 eliminations.
हम भी
Now
कॉइन
he's
लेने आते हैं
on
लोग पे
top
हाँ ब्रो सब लोग
left
पैसे
though.
करने के लिए
Scout
करते हैं कमाने के लिए
moving
यार
So 7C
एको हो रहा है, नहीं हो रहा, चूतिया मत बनाओ.
But the zone will push him even further, and you can't stay out in these zones anymore. Falcons as well. They managed to keep themselves on the eastern side fairly unperturbed. They're doing okay. 2 elims so far. And I'll have to push in just a little bit
क्या मैं
further. Scout.
पीछे हूँ क्या?
As you can see there, but Stalwart moved away, and Falcons will engage them. Potential for a third party. Scout.
लौड़ा मेरा पीछे हो.
We know he always does. Powerful. Takes a tick from the nade. As top lobs one over. Yusuf on the back as well. Not quite close enough to feel the same nade, but
Scout.
stims are there. Heals are good. The question is the timing. R8 up the hill as
अरे
well.
यार इसका कुछ है ही नहीं.
The onus is on Falcons.
अबे
so
इसको
they
दिख
have
नहीं
to
रहा.
move in. Stalwart though got a really good position here to
up the hill as well.
The onus
ये
is
क्या
on
इंग्लिश
Falcons, so
ब्लैक
they
हो गया
have
क्या?
to move in. Stalwart though got a really good position here to hold them out. 7C still making their way in. Rico.
Oh,
It's R8 coming in from the top side. Action takes down Yusuf. One more left.
powerful in the bush. Spotted out, I think. Hang on a minute. Has he been? Yeah, action's on the swivel. Able to do that.
Scout का है.
SK taken out as well. R8 under pressure now from Stalwart. Late bloomers into this game, but they are on the warpath now. They want to dominate this northeastern edge. Nice nade out. Cooked, was it? No, just too far. And there's the DBS around the side. Not going to be able to do the work. It's top to take down
Scout
R8.
जिंदा है.
Look at the synergy between
Scout
these two
जिंदा है.
players. They've been playing at each other's side for such a long time.
चुप बैठो, चुप बैठो.
But
श्श.
when they even just take their splits
मैं
coming
पीछे हूँ क्या?
in, it feels like a T-Rex is stomping towards you. I'd be terrified. Scout though still in.
They didn't spot him as well. They were running directly at him.
Scout को दिख नहीं रहा दोनों.
Staying alive, playing slow. 4 teams remain. You want to outlast this one. Only 2 players from top. Oh,
अरे?
sorry. You've got the broadside, but the circle is not in your favor. Another team goes down. 7C ladder up yet again from the south side. The crawl is good. He knows so much information here, but they're going to have to turn around for info that way soon. Top doesn't see it again. G36C as well. 1 bullet in the mag. That's enough for a double elimination here.
अरे?
The trigger right now just goes for it.
One
Action goes down.
2. Oh, top with a sliver of HP is out on the blue. Has to push. They want this res, but it's fast and
अरे तेरी माँ का.
loose. Top needs to pop this heal. First aid in the bag. Needs to interrupt it. And he does.
Yes!
Takes it down.
Yes,
7C.
go!
The trigger right now just goes for it. Action goes down.
Let's go! पप्पा बोलते हैं. उर्दू लगा था रुको. The fucking thing. Yeah! एक सेकेंड.
दुआएं थे मुझे जी हाँ लेकिन खवातीन 7
एक सेकेंड स्काउट के लिए गाइस गाना बजाते हैं.
नहीं आप उसे
स्काउट के लिए गाना बजाना पड़ेगा. ये क्या बज रहा है?
Went from Mr. 305
ये क्या बज रहा है?
to Mr.
अरे नहीं मिल रहा गाना स्काउट के लिए. पप्पा बोलते.
कि ओवरऑल स्टैंडिंग में भी वो टॉप पर ही है मतलब मुझे लग रहा था कि शायद स्काउट ने जो 2 किल्स निकाले हैं उसके बाद वो सेकंड थर्ड पर आ रहे होंगे बट एसटी के 6 एलिमिनेशंस के बाद उनके पास 6 प्लेसिंग पॉइंट्स आए हैं तो
हाँ भाई.
फॉर्चुनेटली या कह लें लकीली टीम 7 सीज ओवरऑल स्टैंडिंग में भी टॉप पर है किसी टीम
बिल्कुल
ने
लादेन और
उठाए ही नहीं। जी हाँ जी हाँ।
स्टालवर्ट ईस्पोर्ट्स ने 6 किल्स भी किए हैं, 6 प्लेसमेंट पॉइंट्स लिए हैं, लेकिन स्टिल एक ऐसी टीम जिसके बैकपैक में सिर्फ 2 ही किल्स थे, वो ओवरऑल लीडर बोर्ड पर भी टॉप पर रहती है। डीई ने बहुत अच्छा आगाज किया और इनफैक्ट फर्स्ट एलिमिनेशन जो फर्स्ट ब्लड था वो इन्हीं की साइड से निकाला गया। 8 पॉइंट्स लेकर जाने में कामयाब हुए। हमारे ईस्पोर्ट्स ने 5 के पॉइंट्स लेकर जाती है, लेकिन दिस किल्स निकालना जरूरी है, लेकिन प्लेसमेंट पॉइंट्स इज द
ਨੀ ਮੈਂ ਹੱਕ ਦੀ ਕਮਾਈ ਵਿੱਚ ਗਹਿੜੇ ਕਰਦਾ ਨੀ ਮੈਂ ਹੱਕ ਦੀ ਕਮਾਈ ਵਿੱਚ ਗਹਿੜੇ ਕਰਦਾ ਸਾਲੇ ਬੱਚਦੇ ਸ਼ਰੀਕ ਨੇ ਫਰਾਉਡ ਮਾਰਦੇ
कौन है डैडी? कौन है डैडी? कौन है?
ਤੇਰੇ ਹੁੱਟਦੇ ਨੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਗੋਟ ਮਾਰਦੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਥੀਪ ਆਖਦੀ ਨੀ ਤੇਰੇ ਹੁੱਟਦੇ ਨੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਗੋਟ ਮਾਰਦੇ
डैडी बोलते
इस चीज को लेकर किसी भी तरह से
यार देखो एंड ऑफ द डे कैसा है, मजदूर को खोदना और बाप को छोड़ना नहीं सिखाते, ठीक है? एंड ऑफ द डे बाप बाप होता है, डैडी पप्पा बोलते। इंटरनेशनल लॉबी, मिस्टर इंटरनेशनल, मिस्टर वर्ल्ड वाइड, पप्पा बोलते। अब वो दल्ले अभी छुप जाएंगे, अभी दल्ले वो छुप जाएंगे, रुकेंगे ऐसे ऐसे कवच में जाके रुकेंगे। कब 7 गु खाएगा, कब स्काउट कुछ एक हाथ स्प्रे मिस कर देगा, फिर अपना ऐसा कवच निकालेंगे। ओ वी आर बैक। तब तक वो लोग ऐसा कवच में चले जाएंगे। अभी पप्पा बोलते, इधर टैटू करवा लो पे। बाप बाप होता है।
लगा हुआ था, आई थिंक उन्होंने नोटिस नहीं किया होगा, उनको उनके दिमाग में ये चीज नहीं होगी कि 4x
अबे इंग्लिश लैग क्यों हो रहा था इतना? इंग्लिश मेरे को प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, लैग हो रहा है बहुत। लास्ट चिकन के टाइम लैग हो गया। पप्पा पप्पा होता है, समझ रहे हो?
No. Anyways, moving on past this, right, guys?
This
like, we have to think about. It could be. We could make this my show. I could fill for 3 minutes myself. But this is going to be interesting, though, when we go into these actual matches, right? We still have Erangel to be the first match of the day.
Yeah.
I think this is where we get a real indicator of how teams are adapting their style. Again, what teams are focusing on. What kind of aspect do they want to go for first place overall and win the $60,000? They want to focus on the match rewards and get as much money as they possibly can in those. I think it's going to be really interesting to see which teams go for what strategy, but more importantly,
पप्पा बोलते।
if they're not faring too well.
मेरे को और क्या बोलूं समझ में नहीं आ रहा है भाई, यही आ रहा है दिमाग में।
They know they won't be able to get first place.
किसका तेरा क्या? हाँ है, मेरा बाप है। लो मेरा बाप है, बाहर गया, पहले मैच में चिकन लिया, इंडिया का इतना बड़ा बेंच फ्लैग आया है, मेरा बाप है। तुम भी बना लो क्योंकि अच्छा बाप है, बना लो।
for all of these matches, hopefully.
Yeah, in theory. I mean, as is always, there are cities and towns here in Erangel that can have two.
Guys, technically,
still even move away.
India ने back to back chicken निकाला है. Technically.
Yasnair, of course, I guess most famously, but there is still
technically back to back chicken है India का.
To be aggressive at those very first moments, so maybe that coexisting probably doesn't go too passive throughout that.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to get the games underway, to be honest, especially when we get to the later stage. I mean, Vikendi, unfortunately, Max, you're not casting.
तेरा बाप होगा है, मेरा बाप ही है, चलो मान लेता हूँ। अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस तो दिया बाहर जाके, तुम्हारा बाप थोड़ा अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस दे देता तो तुम्हारा ठीक से पैदा होते, दिमाग के साथ पैदा होते।
Well, you know what? Because you want it, Max. Okay, we're doing it. It's done. It's
अब
going
तो
back to
बचूंगा।
competitive map pool. You heard it right here from Maxman.
तो बचूंगा।
Making a thing. Really quickly though, before we do head into the next match, big shout here to Aramco. We have so many sponsors here to make this event possible, so big shout to them for this one, as well as Saudia as well, because without their support, this event would never happen. But gentlemen, we're about, what, minute 50 left to go until we're into this match. I want to hear some predictions out of you two. Now, Max, you got to be careful. You talked about Stalwart, or you talked about S2G at the start of the day.
And then they lost one.
And then they lost.
Straight away.
Okay. I think I'm going to pull an Imperium. I think all the teams are going to win today. Okay, they.
No.
Real talk में हूँ realist in the scene सुना बंटी की चली तो फिर ये है kerosene ये है real rap pull your fucking hair back 2.5 साल पहले मैंने ली थी इसकी bareback बना मैं बड़ा तो ये मेरी कला से जला क्यों जब करा था मना किया था भला
They should have done well in that previous case, even in the
कृष्णा था चुप मगर हार नहीं माने इन्होंने बहुत ट्राई करा मार नहीं पाए तू है शुगर कर ले शुगर तुम तो मार नहीं खा रहे बने ये कैसे पाबलो जब इसको पार नहीं
लक से चिकन मिला
मारो इसकी आत्मा
लक से मिला लक से मिला जो उखाड़ सकते हो उखाड़ लो
जा बेटे अब सहला अपने मन को बड़ा होगा नहीं फ्लेक्स करके धन को छोटे कमाओ टू प्ले हर रात बोलता होगा अपने लंड को शॉट देने लगा हो गए सारे शॉट फेल कराए से डाउन पहले राउंड में ही बहुत तेज इसमें सिर्फ लौड़े ये लौड़े वो बस लौड़े की कहानियां बताए ने कॉकटेल्स बीफ करना है मम्मी से पूछ चला डालूंगा तुझे जैसे यहाँ गर्मी में धूप लेता मैं इनकी जब बोलता है पिंकी तो मुझे याद आती इसकी बंदी की ओले ले बंटी है सैड अप सब जानते हैं बंटी है बैकअप जब लिटाऊं तुझे नीचे मिलूं मैं तेरी पीछे से इज द ओनली टाइम आई नीड बैकअप मैं मेरे पंटर मारते हैं हंटर सुबह शाम लेते तेरी जमकर पीठ पर है फ्लैम बॉय खड़े नहीं रहने का चल छोटे जमकर आके मेरे लंड पर बंद कर छोटे नाटक कम कर लूंगा तेरी तो होगा तू आउट ऑफ संपर्क हल्की टोन में मेरी ही लाइनें बोल के इसे लगा ये कोल्ड है नकलची होते बंदर मरे पड़े जो करे आके यहाँ रंबल सिल्वर बैक में रैप भले या जंगल हिलाता रहे बेटा ओढ़ के तू कंबल स्किन लाइट माइंड से मैं टाकूं चंबल रैप पे आता तो पढ़ते रैप पढ़े तुझे हाँ नो फैक्ट जब अटैक करे मुझे 8 साल हो गए रैप करे तुझे अभी भी कोई मानता नहीं रैप करे तुझे हाँ कोई भी सुनेगा अब ते
चल एक सेकंड एनर्जी सॉन्ग मैच चालू हो रहा है एनर्जी सॉन्ग लगाओ वार्म अप मैच था बकचोदी करना बंद करो अरे भाई मेरे दोस्त वहां जाके चिकन डिनर लेके आए फर्स्ट मैच में मैं सेलिब्रेट कर रहा हूँ तुम्हारी गांड क्यों वार्म अप हो रही है मेरे को करना है मैं करेगा रोक सको तो रोक लो
It's a little bit complicated, but we'll keep you going.
तू क्यों ओवर एक्टिंग कर रहा है फिर से तेरा बाप भी तेरे छोटे छोटे अचीवमेंट्स ऐसे अगर सेलिब्रेट कर देता ना तो शायद तू एक अच्छे मूड में होता आज मेरे दोस्त है मैं सेलिब्रेट करेगा क्यों नहीं करूं
Nigma Galaxy, as
क्यों नहीं
per
करूं
usual, heading towards Pachinki, and Circle does pop down towards that southwest. So BTR on that eastern side, a little put out about this one, but it's 7C all the way in Lipovka, so they'll have to make their way across. Luckily, with less teams than 18, we're heading down to 12, not 16. You know, these rotational paths will definitely be a little bit easier. You can see all the way down towards Mill to Power, Mill to Farm. That is all free real estate at the moment, so sending it through in the vehicles.
Chalo, let's get back to serious games now, guys.
Super hard hot drops at the moment, though. Damwon here scarily close to the Nepal team of Deadeye Guys.
So let's go. Let's take this form. Let's go. Let's go.
Esports playing from their winning position over in PMWI.
Let's go.
The very peer Primorsk split.
Of course, you have to remember that there are placement.
At what point do they accept that there's something about Scout's game that make him more suited? Bro, fuck all that. Fuck all that. सब भूल जाओ. Scout का past, Scout का सब छोड़ दो.
those
अभी
either
अपना
with
इंडिया का
a
बंदा
little bit of
1v2
trepidation
निकाल
from
के
some
चिकन
teams.
लिया है, बहन के लोड़ो
Everyone, as you
सेलिब्रेट करो
say,
ना
going
मादरचोद।
for these hot drops super
क्यों
hard
दल्लागिरी
right
कर रहे हो मेरे
now.
चैट
The
में?
farm Milta area,
तुम्हारे
and I think
कंट्री
the
का प्लेयर है,
two teams,
जो 1v2
Stalwart, who's on our screens
इतने
right
अच्छे
now,
प्लेयर्स को
and
1v2
Riyadh,
करके
who's
चिकन
headed
लिया,
out
भले वार्म
a
अप हो,
little
भले
bit
लौड़ा
further
लहसुन जो
east
भी हो,
into Milta
करो ना,
towards
सेलिब्रेट करो ना।
Miramar as well. Looks like Stalwart,
ये है
I mean,
वो
they've got
है
Noble
वो
all the
है।
time, right? So it's no surprise to see them going down there on this southwest circle.
Yeah, it's interesting to me now that you have 12 teams in the lobby. I don't think Stalwart need to be fixated on Nova Repnoya anymore, especially if you have a drop like that. I don't think you need to force this drop anymore. You can head down towards Milta. Maybe they're just feeling it out for the time being. They'd rather not go out super early. They know no one's going to drop down Nova Repnoya because it's their position. And having it free this early on is great. Maybe they can do some review after tomorrow and kind of reassess how they're going to earn those rewards in game. You can also earn some rewards in game by
He's from your own fucking country. Celebrate him.
Watch together. You can watch that together with us in game.
And I'm specifically saying Scout right now because unfortunately Sarang died before. अगर 2 man करते तो मैं 7Cs बोलता. Right now Scout did that, so I'm going to give him full credit. And it doesn't matter if Scout के जगह कोई और होता, Spray God होता, तो मैं भी ऐसे ही excite होता मैं.
PMWI. Don't play right now.
तुम्हारे कंट्री का है बे, शर्म कर लो थोड़ा.
Or you can play right now, multicast.
इंडिपेंडेंस डे के पहले फ्लैग का डीपी लगा के पेट्रियटिज्म नहीं आता. अपने कंट्री को सपोर्ट करना सीखो थोड़ा.
Nothing too much happening again. Obviously, you aren't going to get these early skirmishes, especially in this format with only 48 players currently dropping in, with only 12 teams. It's going to be fairly calm for the beginning of the game. It doesn't look like anyone wants to scupper their chances this early with a hot drop. In fact, they just want to get going, and that'll happen when it happens. Remember, there's still a lot of other stuff there to win, including the chicken dinner at 10k. If you are a very, very good team and you are confident at taking that chicken dinner, maybe you
warm up match में 12 लाख मिल गए.
Eliminations, most team eliminations. Perhaps you
12 लाख
try
मिले.
and pick out those rewards, but that is kind of like your secondary objective to the chicken dinner.
मेरे को लोग मैसेज कर रहे थे हैप्पी इंडिपेंडेंस डे क्यों नहीं करते तुम पेट्रियोटिक नहीं हो, तुमने फ्लैग नहीं लगाया, तुम पेट्रियोटिक नहीं हो. बस पेट्रियोटिज्म सिर्फ मेरे को सोशल मीडिया पे दिखाने का आदत नहीं है बॉस. जितना मेरे अंदर पेट्रियोटिज्म है वो मैं करता हूँ, कोशिश करता हूँ उसके लिए कुछ करने के लिए. ठीक है, ऐसी बात नहीं है कि जो रख रहे वो लोग पेट्रियोटिक नहीं है. आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट, बट जस्ट बिकॉज यू डू दैट डज नॉट मेक यू पेट्रियोटिक. लर्न टू सपोर्ट योर ओन फकिंग कंट्रीमैन. ओके, the least we can do sitting here, is give them our energy. That is all. Cheer for them. That is all we can do.
And come home with, maybe not the most sizable prize pool, but a consistent prize pool. And perhaps that's the strategy of some of these guys. And I assume that will change as the days go on, especially if you have one team who's just winning it all. Perhaps you start to think, maybe we hot drop that team. Maybe we try and take them out early, and then we can get them out of the way, and then we can get the winner chicken dinner. A lot of things to be thought about in this match, but I'm sure we'll see how it does progress into the remainder of the Afterparty.
अबे मतलब see, I'm going to tell you something, okay? कल से पोकेमॉन यूनाइट चालू होगा. आई थिंक 1:30 बजे से मैचेस चालू होंगे. मैं उसका भी वॉच पार्टी करूंगा लोगों पे. आई वांट रेवेनेंट टू फकिंग विन यार. आई वांट माय कंट्रीमैन टू विन. खत्म हो गई बात. उसमें से 2 तो मेरे बहुत पुराने दोस्त हैं, क्राउली और स्विफ्टी. How can you not want your countrymen to do well outside of India when they are representing you? They are representing your flag. How can you? कैसे दिमाग में ये सोच कैसे आती है? ये सब तोड़म तोड़ाई करने के लिए ना मैं तभी रियाद में था. मैं नहीं था वॉच पार्टी करने के लिए, और मेरे जैसा आई थिंक ज्यादा लोग बात नहीं करते. इसके लिए अभी वो फ्रस्ट्रेशन निकाल रहा हूँ. कैसे आती है बे ये सोच दिमाग में?
But they've remained in this position. I think they're quite confident in holding on to it.
कल मैं करूंगा रेवेनेंट पोकेमॉन यूनाइट का भी वॉच पार्टी करेंगे अपन लोगों पे. गेम देखते हो, गेम नहीं देखते हो, लन फर्क नहीं पड़ता गाइस. ई स्पोर्ट्स के एंथुसियास्ट हो ना, कल आ जाना स्ट्रीम पे. पूरा एनर्जी देंगे रेवेनेंट के रोस्टर को कि वो लोग वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप जीत के आए.
7C actually managed to get
ठीक है,
ahead of Falcons on the rotation on the north side of Potato Hill. That is
CODM करना है, CODM भी कर लेंगे. अगर अलाउड होगा तो CODM भी कर लेंगे. मेरे को बस थोड़ा सा देखना पड़ेगा. CODM कभी देखा नहीं है मैंने. CODM पोकेमॉन यूनाइट फिर भी थोड़ा बहुत आता है मेरे को.
I think with these changes in the game, we are going to get those faster circles, but I think this one has really thrown everyone
Sid by last night
at the moment down towards
अक्षत हम्बल नहीं रहा पार्टी में. कौन सी पार्टी में?
Quite difficult to assume where it's going to head to. I think that a lot of teams might think that this could still go down to Sosnovka military base, but equally it could be another hard shift up towards the northwest. I think hedging your bets down towards Sosnovka if you're already there for like a team like Stalwart.
लौड़े views के लिए कर रहा है नहीं भाई
Making that assumption. But there are a lot of compounds
जरूरत नहीं है
on the
views को
north side, or the south side of the
लौड़े views के लिए कर रहा है बता बोल रहे हो तुम मेरा लौड़ा भी दिखा दूंगा ज्यादा ही व्यूज आएंगे ब्रो तुम्हारे पूरे जिंदगी से तो मेरे को व्यूज के लिए करने की जरूरत नहीं है जो मेरे को लगता है वो मैं बोलता हूँ इट इज रिडिकुलस कि तुम्हारे कंट्री का कोई बंदा बाहर जा रहा है एंड यू वांट हिम टू लूज यू वांट हिम टू लूज यू वांट हिम टू डाई in the game how the fuck this is psychotic behavior this is not normal behavior so go fuck yourself
but it's out in the blue zone. Luckily, it's early doors. But there are still more Stalwart players waiting over the hill to be worried about. And the rest of Riyadh are going to be slowed down on this push. Spray's looking good. Maybe looking to try and go away, get away, disengage from this.
Game खत्म तुम लोग खत्म ब्रो अभी गेम आज के आज खत्म हो गया ना और 2 साल में अपने निकाल सकता हूँ कैसे ना कैसे अच्छी लाइफस्टाइल सब यहाँ पे सब जितने भी लोग हैं सब निकाल लेंगे तुम क्या करोगे तुम क्या करोगे
Not eliminated yet, and now he goes down.
Do you remember anything from that night in Bangalore? Guys, please. No personal questions, please. कौन सी night? I don't.
Before he disappeared.
No, ignore, please. No personal questions. No personal questions in the chat.
Already for Stalwart. Great to see, and the Falcons are going to pressure them at the back. Potential here for the first team elimination, but let's get on board with the Falcons versus Bigetron. An early knock goes through, and then second one as well going in. Getting that flush up. Zuxi not really having the foothold to take this fight. Bigetron want to get out of there. Zuxi not so lucky, never alone. Cuts him down across the way. And Team Falcons doing work from the northern shore.
Unfortunately for Zuxi, never alone. He's got the eyes of a Falcon. He'll see you from across the map. I mean, he had that Miramar with 4 consecutive headshots coming through from the sniper.
आपके फ्रेंड है आरएनटी में यस मेरे 2 बहुत पुराने डोटा प्लेयर्स हैं जो आरएनटी में हैं भाई चैट में लीक्स मिलेगी तो स्ट्रीम पे हमें मत मैं नहीं बता रहा हूँ मैंने एकदम मना कर दिया है सब लोग को कि मेरे को कोई कुछ बताएगा नहीं कहाँ पे अपने वो रहे समुंदर के पास ही है गाइस समुंदर के पास ही है
over towards Farm and towards the south of Milter. It's very unlikely that these teams are going to find themselves safely into the
Scout का कमेंट आ गया वो पोस्ट पे जाओ जिताओ जाओ जल्दी
One player left now for Bigetron Red
Scout का कमेंट होगा कहीं पे
for BTR. So potentially on the cards, the first team to go down, giving
अबे यार मिल नहीं रहा यार स्काउट का कमेंट
Alpha 7 now up to bat against the Falcons. They've rebuffed some pretty strong teams so far. Can Alpha 7 get the best of them? Yusuf pops that node over the top. Mythic pushes all the way up to the wall now to back them off their position.
एक सेकंड में बोल रहा हूँ
to Karakin over the hillside, but has to swerve back into cover as Damar has an off angle. Out in the blue, Damwon Kia takes this opportunity to sail straight on past. This eastern bridge is brutal.
दिख नहीं रहा यार
People are still going for it. 7C though, I think got the right idea. They hear all the commotion.
बहुत कमेंट्स है इधर
Stay true to their namesake and head right into the water. They're going to swim it across, try and find their way to the beachhead.
यार वो इंस्टा पे जो पोस्ट है ना वहाँ पे स्काउट के कमेंट को लाइक करना है उसको जिताने के लिए दिख ही नहीं रहा
Goodness me,
मैं ढूंढ रहा हूँ
pulls out both the weapons and is equally efficient with both.
दिख गया क्या तुम लोग को
Able to do so much
मेरे को दिख ही
damage
नहीं
for
रहा
that one Kia approach. Fabian goes down, Junie low, ticking Forest, same story. Falcons across the way just send out getting
मेरे को क्यों नहीं दिख रहा तुम लोग को दिख गया
for themselves to stay alive still. No teams going down.
दिख गया ना
goes in for the
तो कर दो लाइक कर दो फिर दिख गया ना लाइक कर दो
Keep a little bit wet behind the ears on that one. Alpha 7 behind the Falcons push for the backup player. Junie wants the fight, but the
कर दिया ना करो 2K लाइक्स हो गए क्या ऑलरेडी हाँ तुम लोग मैच देखो तब तक मैं थोड़ा काम कर रहा हूँ रुको मेरे को क्यों नहीं दिख रहा फिर
on the edge. They took a while to get here, but it's worked out for them.
मेरे को नहीं दिख रहा तुम लोगों को दिख रहा है ना लाइक करो जिताओ स्काउट को सब जगह पे जिताओ
Too far up, seeing that there's 2 teams already here. You know, I think it's fair to assume there might be some more players, but it's Nigma Galaxy coming from the back. Freak already finds Mythic. The fresh blood to the team already taken down.
Rio being out of the mix right now, leaves Alpha 7 on 2, pops the smoke at the back, suppresses that left-hand lane, but there's a nade in hand for Mafioso, wants to pop it over towards
अच्छा मिल गया comment.
giving that info over, the nade could
मिल
be
गया
good, and it's right on target. On
like करो. अरे 7,000 like है already.
Stops that info being gathered. Look at Revo sending
Daddy.
establishing a position for Alpha 7 if they can get back up. But
Esports PUBG mobile पे एक post है, like your favorite comments, your favorite players comment, तो वो favorite player का award जीत जाएगा. जाओ और like करो.
It sends right in behind, and Lord takes down the aggressive push. A lovely flush there as well, and the first aid is popped. Ralph sending across the bridge for Nigma Galaxy, wants to give them a foothold. Freak is knocked in the meantime. I don't think they're getting this. Rio goes up for the fight, and again, it is Nigma Galaxy who come out.
भाई Nigma बहुत अच्छा खेलते हैं.
Revo wants revenge.
Nigma कुछ भी बोलो बहुत अच्छा खेलते हैं.
Bigetron went down earlier.
PUBG Mobile Esports.
That went over to 7C. They're going to earn $5,000, and that's going to mean that Nigma Galaxy cannot claim this against Alpha 7, even if the spray down's good, which it is from Lord.
So unfortunate. The bounty, it was on a timer. Now the circle moves heavy.
Esports PUBG Mobile Insta पे. किधर है अपने लौंडे किधर है? मेरे को नहीं लगता अच्छा खेलेंगे वो लोग ये मैच में. बहुत मुश्किल लग रहा है मेरे को.
The game will unfold. They're looking for that 10k on the chicken dinner. They're holding out on the western bridge. SK-Ton just has to send for a crazy jump off from the side. Man in action.
मुश्किल है.
The Nepali team are having none of it. Trying to take
30,000 likes.
down.
कैरी लो को 30,000 likes है.
Off in the distance alongside his teammates. Prestige had a pretty decent match there on Sanhok.
कहाँ पे?
But again,
अबे मेरे को क्यों नहीं दिख रहे यार?
And now Deadeye Guys, they're going to have to start thinking about moving across the water.
With the added side stanchions on the bridge, right? You've got those extra.
मेरे को एक कैरियो वैरियो के दिख ही नहीं रहे भाई
likes.
likes.
It's going to be really hard to move.
कैरियो 30,000 है.
S2G
क्या तुम लोग क्या नहीं जीता सकते? हाँ? 35,000 देख के गांड फट गई. हाँ? 35,000 से गांड फट गई तुम लोग की. ये छी मतलब स्काउट के फैंस
on the beach. Top actually has to drop down, but
नहीं बे. मैं ये एक्सपेक्ट नहीं करता. मारो.
And Action tries to push him.
35,000 से गांड फट रही तुम लोग की.
Typically how I'd want to be picked up. Erangel does get taken
ये
down for
मैं ये एक्सपेक्टेड नहीं था मेरे से.
towards the distance.
छी.
And at the moment,
क्या है 35,000? एक घंटा लगेगा बे. एक घंटा. एक घंटा लगेगा 50,000 करने को. एक घंटा. जल्दी से जाके करो तुम लोग लाइक. चुत्तागिरी मत करो मेरे को. ये सब मत बताओ 35,000 है वगैरह कुछ. अरे लॉर्ड 35,000 मजाक कर रहे हो क्या? प्लीज गाइस प्लीज 50,000 कर दो एक घंटे में. जाओ.
Just covered in blooming fog. 7C bring the mist in with the waves.
कितने हो गए? 15,000 तो हो गए. किधर है कैरियो? डरते हैं क्या हम लोग? किधर मेरे को तो दिख भी नहीं रहा. ना डर गया उसका कमेंट की मेरे को दिख ही नहीं रहा. करो जाओ. मिल जाएगा कमेंट. कमेंट को स्टोरी में पोस्ट कर सकते हैं क्या?
Actually, it works out. Vampire Esports might just have an anchor to move towards. It's Hamodi that's coming in hot onto Ravenclaw's position.
Send.
Ravenclaw has to pull up into the vehicle. At least we'll tell.
नहीं स्टोरी पे नहीं डाल सकते बट दिख रहा है मेरे को. करो जाके जाओ.
Vampire Esports
जाओ यार जाओ.
But that scouting is fantastic. But Vampire Esports recalls the player.
नहीं यार Vampire बहुत strong है.
On the northeast side in
Vampire
7C, and remember this is
मुश्किल है 7C के लिए.
If they can get these team eliminations through, then it means more money if they can start to push some more into the later half of the game.
मुश्किल है थोड़ा.
To establish those supply lines, and they understand that perfectly. To get a replay of Lord getting those spray downs onto the Alpha 7 players. Revo last up to the mark and was not able to do it.
मुश्किल है थोड़ा मुश्किल है.
Galaxy though, they had the pressure of the blue zone coming in.
नहीं हो पाएगा शायद.
Faster and it hits harder in this game. With only 12 teams, the circle settings were changed just that little bit, so more pressure is found. 7C really struggling right now to get out of the water. It is a brutal crossing if you're going for that swim. You do not expect to be making this.
I mean, almost impossible है यहाँ से zone में जाना अभी.
Wants to look to try and take them down here. Let's see who gets the team elimination. Stalwart, they want it. They want it pretty bad.
Dear me. That was crazy. Looking at the
मर गए,
bullets
कोई
coming
बात
down
नहीं,
from
कोई बात नहीं, well
Stalwart,
played, well
just
played,
like that.
कोई बात नहीं,
7C is out.
close to
So he
impossible
might
था
be
यहाँ
able
से
to
अंदर जाना,
eliminate them here.
close
That's
to
the real
impossible था,
question.
कोई
You
बात
might
नहीं,
see
कोई
him,
बात नहीं,
like,
well
elimination
played, well
speed
played,
on the
कोई
side
कोई
with
issue नहीं,
S2G still holding
आएगा
strong.
आएगा, next game भी
Watch out
आएगा,
the players who are
next
making
game
their way
आएगा,
into the circle from that western bridge. Deadeye guys
कर
look
लोगे
out.
35, तुम
See if
लोग
they can find
अबे
that
क्या
elimination there.
35
Good
कैसे
shot.
डर रहे हो
Kari will
बे,
pick up another point for
क्या
the
हो
team.
गया है,
Now Stalwart
कैसी
still
बातें कर
close
रहे हो,
guard.
Vampire Esports as well, looking to try and control S2G as they potentially.
नाइस ट्राई मतलब ऑलमोस्ट क्लोज टू इम्पॉसिबल था वहां से जोन में जाना, इनका कुछ
Although they were under pressure.
आई डोंट
from the
थिंक कुछ
main
कर
lane as
सकते थे
well.
वो लोग, तो
Same
इट्स फाइन,
from the
इट्स
island
ऑल
as well.
इट्स ऑल गुड.
So potentially the only choice that they really had with 3 players remaining. 3 teams down right now. And I think I caught that it was Vampire
ये गेम में
Esports
स्काउट
in
नहीं
that
था
team
क्या?
elimination. On to 7C.
ओह
Remember, they've already earned a lot of money from this game.
Yeah, they absolutely have. So now looking for some more. That's Chari taking another player from S2G, but it's sent straight back their way.
अच्छा
Knock onto Hamzy.
भाई तुम कमेंट, अरे बाबा स्काउट का कमेंट है उस पे ऑलरेडी, सिर्फ उसको जाके लाइक करना है यार,
There's only one way that
क्या
goes.
वो कर रहे हो,
Last player for the squad as Swept takes
100 के वॉचिंग आ रही है, 50,000 मावी को उधर आ रही है, 10-12,000 इधर है,
Ravenclaw.
मेरी वॉचिंग 3,000 कम क्यों हुई,
And that's the second team eliminated, meaning
मेरी
that I
वॉचिंग
believe
कम
at
क्यों
the
हो रही है,
moment,
Yeah,
they're
they're on
currently on the
top.
most. They're the most teams eliminated.
This is great stuff for Vampire Esports. Not only
ये
on
क्या हो रहा है
track
भाई,
for a
धड़ाधड़
triple
वॉचिंग
with the
कम हो
most
रही है
players in
बेंचो,
the game right now, but also still
कहाँ जा रहे हो भाई, क्या कर दिया मैंने,
they are really pulling through with that momentum from PMWI.
अबे ऐसा दिख रहा है, ऐसे वॉचिंग गिर रही है मेरी,
Easy, clips him with the wheel.
What do you do? What can you do? Goodness me. Super, and a special elimination as well. Maybe
That's
trying to rack
right,
up
yeah.
those points there. The first special elimination, 2K. I believe that's already come through. Deadeyes guys.
That was
get
instant.
अबे इतने
shut
लोग,
down. Ravenclaw again on the swivel beautifully. Most special eliminations as well. Another 2K. So racking those up. Potential for a money earner. Deadeyes guys try
क्या हो
to
रहा है
cross
मेरी,
the way. Will get cut down yet again.
मेरा कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा,
Stop with a big gun.
वॉचिंग ऐसे गिर रही है,
It's me. I mean, the caliber much
Like
higher than
करने के लिए-
AWM, and it hits hard.
ठीक है जाओ
I think I would prefer to have an AWM in hand though.
भाई,
but you
कम
can
होते
see
जा रही है, पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है, मैं क्या, मैं नहीं एंटरटेन नहीं कर रहा हूँ, क्या करूँ,
Scary to
कपड़े
deal
उतार दूँ,
with his action.
कौन और कौन, मैं एंटरटेन नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, क्या हो रहा है, क्या
Spinning
सीन है,
on the right wheel as he heads up the hill.
At the moment,
नहीं हो रहा है, कुछ अलग देख, ठीक,
I mean, they lost a player to Stalwart up the hill.
नहीं क्या हो रहा है, ऐसे धड़ाधड़ वॉचिंग क्यों कम हो रही है,
On the zone, but a nade, a knock, sorry, over onto Fluketh.
पसंद नहीं आ रहा है कि क्या हुआ,
The fight, another nade from Mornir
कई कंट्रोवर्सी करते आ जाओ,
as he gets spotted
मैं
out.
तुम लोग को
Top
बताऊंगा
deals with Riyadh at the back.
कि
So
वहाँ पे
starting to
मैंने
rack
क्या
up
सुन लिया था,
eliminations of their own. I've lost track at this point, but 8 eliminations, one of Vampire knocked.
15,000 वॉचिंग पे मैं बताऊंगा कि मैंने वो वाले इवेंट पे जो किचन था, वो किचन में मैंने क्या सुना था, अच्छा मर गए इसके लिए, हाँ समझ गया समझ गया समझ गया समझ गया, 7C मर गया ना इसके लिए, समझ गया, कुछ नहीं, लौड़ा कुछ नहीं बता रहा, कुछ नहीं मेरे पास, कोई न्यूज़ नहीं है, 7C मर गया इसके लिए, समझ गया मैं.
Yeah, they're on a warpath right now. And they're making it look easy as well. They're hitting all the right targets. Next circle pops in to the map. Vampire Esports looking to make their way down into it. Are in zone 6 already, but it's swept.
Oh, what a shot.
Immediately, it's top there with it. But Forest able to provide some support.
One of the 2 remaining players from Damwon Kia spots top on the ridgeline. And there's a Falcon as well down in the valley. Stalwart down to 2. Vampire maybe looking to get this res if possible. They certainly will want to. And at the moment, the forward player is the one that's knocked. So potential to regroup for Stone. Good spray. Will get the flush over onto top. Nade is there, but swept in a
20 के हो गए ना, ऑब्वियसली हो गए, 35,000 से कैसे डर सकते हो तुम लोग, मजाक कर रहे हो क्या, छी बे, ओह भाई फाल्कन अभी भी अच्छा खेल रहा है, फक,
There's one player from Falcons remaining.
ओह ये टॉप 3, टॉप 4 तो, टॉप 5,
Looking to bring some of that back in.
PMWI top 5 है, wow,
playing how they currently have, even in that game.
Next level यार.
Now making it to the top 3 with 9 eliminations. in this match. Forest, though, crawling around the side. This is not good for Scry, and Forest peeks up.
So
ye
doesn't
marega
really
shayad.
have an angle for the backup action, trying to jump forwards. Forest, can he find this shot? Can he get one of these
Lagta hai ye
opening
maar
frags?
dega.
Sung drawing attention,
Maar
sucking the
diya.
life out of it, but Forest is going to stand up, is going to take down Scry, and Action now wants to put a nade over in the position. It's good, but it's not quite good enough to get the knock. Forest still alive. Maybe look at a heal here.
अरे वापस आ गए 11,000
Another
लोग
nade.
क्या हो रहा है?
Oh,
Oh
doesn't
fuck.
quite find it, and Falcon still have their player. Sung takes it in his stride and will spot Action. It's 1
भाई यार.
2 now as Sung gets that heal off. Nade for Powerful up towards the position for Sung.
आवाज देखना अभी क्या आएगा.
Taken down to half.
फिर से उनकी लोकल टीम जीत रही है. मतलब शायद नहीं जीत पाएगी, but अभी but
at the end of this game. Forest now tries to move round. He has been the evader of HEs this game. Just barely being able to live out through it all, but they have a general idea of the position of Powerful.
Certainly is general though. Sung right on the edge of the blue.
क्या आवाज आएगा बे? उधर से फिर से आवाज आएगा अभी लोकल्स का.
So a little bit of time to play with, a little bit of time to pop these nades in, try and get some information.
डायमंड जीत जाएगा. डायमंड 1v2 तो थ्रो नहीं करेगा मेरे हिसाब से.
Are going to
Brazilian footballers and celebs supporting career, bro.
barrier. Even if Falcons get both
Celeb supporting.
9 was reached first.
स्काउट खुद सेलेब है, ठीक है. किसी सेलेब की सपोर्ट की जरा गरज नहीं है. तुम लोग हो, तुम लोग जिता दोगे स्काउट को. मेरे को मालूम है, मेरे को पता है. 32,000 है ना उसके. तुम लोग 50,000 कर दोगे ये स्ट्रीम खत्म होने के पहले. तुम लोग 50,000 करोगे स्ट्रीम खत्म होने के पहले, ये मेरे को पता है. प्यार से हो जाएगा बेटे, प्यार से.
Maybe it's worth it, but is it worth it to snub the 10k of that chicken dinner that Damwon Kia is looking for at
बड़े
the moment?
प्यार से कर लोगे
No
तुम लोग.
one wants to make a move. Damwon Kia really stretching out the final moments. of the
यूजी
game
भाई को बोल,
as
अरे
we
किसी
head
की
into the
जरूरत नहीं है
24
बाबा.
minute mark.
किसी की जरूरत नहीं है.
Powerful might
तुम लोग
be
कर
able to
लोगे, मेरे को
leverage that
पता है.
as cover from Sung's position. You can see that line of sight could potentially be blocked if you can isolate the 1v1 with Forest. That could be the
It's
play.
just closing. It's just closing now. This is the time to go.
अरे
Not much
जिसको भी
time left.
सपोर्ट करना है कर दो बाबा.
Damwon
देखो
Kia will get a little bit
अभी तो
further
हमने
further
स्टोरीज
away,
वोरीज
but
डाली नहीं है, तो सिर्फ
the
स्ट्रीम पे बोल
initiatives
रहे हैं.
have to be placed on Powerful
क्या
to
होगा?
make the move.
स्टोरीज वोरीज डालना चालू
So,
करेंगे. सी
like I
एंड ऑफ
said,
द डे ना
just
गाइस, यू हैव टू
crawling ever
अंडरस्टैंड.
closer to that loot crate to provide
ये प्लेयर्स के और हमारे और मॉर्टल के फैन फॉलोइंग में और सेलिब्रिटीज के फैन फॉलोइंग, सेलिब्रिटीज एज इन द फुटबॉलर्स, द बिग फुटबॉलर्स और द एक्टर्स, एक्ट्रेसेस. There is a huge difference. Okay, there is a huge difference in the followings of these people. Like you can be a fan of, for example, Shahrukh Khan, but मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि जो मॉर्टल की फैन फॉलोइंग है is a lot more connected. You know, maybe because of his streams or maybe because how he engages with his fans. You feel like there is a connect. तो जब मॉर्टल कुछ बोलता है ना कि प्लीज आप करो, तो लोग करते हैं. And I'm pretty sure कि सेलिब्रिटीज नहीं जिता पाएंगे उसको. सेलिब्रिटीज से कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, अपने लौंडे जिता देंगे स्काउट को.
Spots him, and it's easy pickings there. Damwon Kia, 10k on game 1. Taking
क्या?
the
मैं जीत गया ना डामवन.
dinner with the ghillie suit.
जितनी स्काउट की वॉचिंग आती है उतने तो फॉलोअर है बस. अच्छा उसके बाबा टेंशन नहीं है, टेंशन नहीं है, जिता दोगे तुम लोग. आरआर चालू. इसको दे दो. किस चीज का आरआर कर रहा है? क्या कौन सा आरआर किया मैंने? क्या किया भाई तुमको? क्या किया मैंने? अब कमेंट शो हो रहा है, जाओ.
A very, very difficult scenario to play out. In your head, actually, it's even.
हाँ, अभी शो हो रहा है.
Damwon Kia
जाओ
taking the
करो.
chicken dinner and $10,000.
अबे स्काउट ने 2 बार क्यों कमेंट किया है यार? चूतिया है क्या स्काउट?
The Showmatch.
That's true. But also, all of those bounties were given out. I'm going to be super interested to see how those fell, how those got distributed. Because, of course, I mean, we saw 7C earning 5k just from that first team elimination. That's half of that chicken
स्काउट ने 2 कमेंट क्यों किया है यार?
Bounty on the head of Luxy. That game, he was like crawling in between like 10 different teams. You got to really feel for him in that situation. So I felt bad for him, and he was literally just crawling around like as a $5,000 target. Very, very rough stuff, but very cool overall. I enjoyed how that game played out.
Absolutely. We're going to take a little bit of a breather. We'll be back with the desk after the break.
अरे क्या लिंक मांग रहे हो यार? ई स्पोर्ट्स पबजी मोबाइल पे जाओ ना, लिंक क्या कर रहे हो यार? क्या हो गया है गाइस तुम लोग को? 10 बार बोल चुका हूँ ई स्पोर्ट्स पबजी मोबाइल.
لو جوك دايم تحديات نافس وانضم للبطولات استكشف الشات والتايم لاين وتسوق من متجر التطبيق الليدر بورد على تفاعلك بالتطبيق والجوائز الأسبوعية والشهرية على نظام النقاط تنتظرك STC بلاي مهما كان جوك هذا محلك
स्क्रीन शो रिफ्रेश करो, उसका कमेंट ऊपर आ जाएगा, टेंशन मत लो, आ जाएगा उसका कमेंट ऊपर आ जाएगा. रिलैक्स करो, थोड़ा रिलैक्स करो. आ रहा है, अभी दिख रहे हैं, अभी दोनों कैरी हो है. उसके नीचे स्काउट है, उसके नीचे फिर से स्काउट है. फॉर सम रीजन दो स्काउट है, बट कौन सा काउंट होगा पता नहीं. तुम दोनों को करो ना, तुम दोनों को करो भाई, तुम दोनों को करो. अभी कौन सा काउंट होगा अपने को क्या मालूम? दोनों पे करो, दोनों में करो फटाफट. जाओ दोनों में 50 कर ये. दैट्स द स्पिरिट मैन, दैट इज द स्पिरिट.
Gonna break down that first match as we did get to see Damwon Kia picking up $10,000 for themselves. Maybe with that $10,000 they can pick themselves up a couple of those Sonya Xperia 1-4s, which was made in collaboration.
कितने हो गए? 25,000 हो गए.
Is actually the partner here at PUBG.
देख रहा हूँ मैं, चेक कर रहा हूँ मैं. तुम लोग चुतिया मत बना, मैं चेक कर रहा हूँ. रुको.
At the end was a $10,000 standoff. We were watching, we're like, they're probably playing really slow considering you're like one elimination or two, depending on what side you're on, from earn yourself 10K.
Yeah, I think this was a really.
हाँ 25,000 हो गए. अबे आराम से हो जाएगा बे. तुम लोग क्या, तुम लोग सेलिब्रिटी हेल्प कर रहे फुटबॉल. छी बे.
Very careful about what steps you make and make sure those are the right decisions.
No, definitely. And for Damwon Kia getting the first victory here, as much as we were like,
भाई इंस्टा पर esports PUBG मोबाइल नाम का पेज है, उस पे सेकंड या थर्ड पोस्ट है, उधर जाके स्काउट ने कमेंट किया, उसको सिर्फ लाइक करना है. इतने सिंपल इंस्ट्रक्शन है यार, कितने सिंपल इंस्ट्रक्शन है, कैसे नहीं जम रहा. ओमेगा और स्नैक्स आपको ट्रोल कर रहे हैं.
From spot to spot to spot to get those chicken dinners. So,
एक सेकंड.
10,000 every time. That's going to rack up.
Let's take a look at our match rankings brought to us by STC then and see how many points they got
मेरे
for
को
themselves. I actually
ट्रोल
don't think
कर
they were top
रहे
overall
हैं.
because of the lack of eliminations they
एक
do
सेकंड.
have. And we actually are going to see, okay, so they're pretty much tied with it,
Yeah.
but having 10 places. There's a couple teams who's really they were able to fight against.
कर
Some
कोई बात नहीं
eliminations
यार,
for
कर
them,
ले.
and at the end of the day, gentlemen, the top 5 teams in this first match were the 5 teams to come back again after the main event.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of eliminations, right? You got yourself the prizes for the most eliminations and the most squad wipes, and in particular, we're going to have to see exactly who's got the most squad wipes in that game, because when you're in a situation where you got a lot of teams, that as solos, that you could get those like way quicker, those eliminations.
Yeah, you definitely could. I mean, some of the teams, as Jason was saying here, those top 5 teams coming in from the main tournament, it's not too much of a surprise that they're able to do so well. Vampire, already referenced in the cast as well, they know circles. They know where they want to go with them and how they want to play with them. A little bit of a shame.
Should
that
go check
maybe
Twitter,
there
Mr.
was a
Beast.
slight delay on
पता है मेरे को.
the 3-1 split, because Ravenclaw was in actually a potentially game-winning position,
Good idea.
but was kind of chased away by a rotation from Nigma Galaxy. Whereas if the 3 players had come from the compound and then gone southwest, Vampire could have been the winners from this game. So small things, but you know, actually have big impact.
Especially because Stalwart ran exactly in that
27K done.
If they did hold on to that position, you can gate
Obvious है यार, मतलब
squad wipe, and then you can start taking more control away from the circle. If then you Lord was alone from Nigma, maybe they would have committed to the play.
What about Alpha 7? We did get to see them with 4 eliminations, and typically when I think about Brazilian teams, I'm always going to think about their raw frag potential, thinking back to Loose back in the day where they would decimate teams. not a bad start for them to get the 4 limbs, showing that they can compete when it comes to mechanical skill, but they didn't really have the placements, obviously.
Yeah, a little bit of a slow start. I think that, as we expect, especially this first day is going to be, the format is going to be a little bit messy, but the first day in particular is going to be all over the place, right? So I'm not going to go against it. 4 limbs is still good.
Shadow ban हटाने आ रहे हैं YouTube पर, yes भाई.
I mean, those
करना पड़ेगा कुछ तो. कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा. इधर 2 घंटे हो जाए फिर अपन YouTube पे स्विच करेंगे, क्योंकि माँ भी YouTube से लोगों आ गया है, तो यही मौका YouTube पे वॉचिंग खींचने का. चलो जा रहा हूँ, आधे घंटे में अपन YT पे जाएंगे.
Yeah, and we obviously had like a very tough
30 minutes, 30 minutes only.
Popping, right? You had Stalwart. I mean, they were probably happier than Deadeyes sitting with their realizing they could have bridge camp. I thought they would have Eastern bridge camp, but actually they transitioned over towards the Western side.
सुनो, 4K रिमेनिंग वगैरह मत करो. 50,000 स्काउट 50,000 जाना चाहिए, मतलब चाहिए आज दिन खत्म होने के पहले 50,000. 4K रिमेनिंग, 2K रिमेनिंग करना बंद कर दो. 50,000. तब तक मैं सेक्सी सी कॉफी मंगा लेता हूँ. कॉफी पीने का मूड है, वाइब अच्छा है, मूड अच्छा है, तो एक कॉफी मंगा लेता हूँ. स्टारबक्स, बहुत टाइम हो गया स्टारबक्स चालू है. मूड इज गुड, द वाइब इज गुड. लेट्स गो, लेट्स ऑर्डर सम कॉफी. कॉफी फ्रापेचिनो, ब्लेंडेड वेंटी, वनीला सिरप, ऐड टू कार्ट.
É uma grande honra participar e vestir essa camisa da Alpha 7, que é a atual campeã da PMWI.
Proceed to pay. 50,000 तो होना ही है. 50,000.
Agora vocês vão ter que me engolir.
50,000 हो जाएगा मेरे हिसाब से, आराम से, बड़े प्यार से हो जाएगा. कितने हुए हैं बीरू को देखने दो.
Bom, quando eu entro aqui na GH, o sentimento que me vem é sentimento de muita responsabilidade, obviamente. Por ser o nosso local de trabalho.
30,000 हो भी गए बे, बिना स्टोरी के
não anda pra frente, sabe? Porque a partir que eu tô
हो गए बे.
Eu acho que eu deixo de ser o Matheus e sou mais o Mythic.
Sempre sonhei em defender um time grande. O ambiente, pra falar a verdade, me
इजी मोड है बे.
da minha responsabilidade.
10 अकाउंट से करके आए हो सिड भाई, और 10 बनाओ,
Todo mundo que torce por mim, minha família.
और 10 बनाओ, और जाओ और वोट करो, और 10 बनाओ. सुनो, मेरे को ये नहीं चाहिए कि एंड ऑफ द डे कैरियो के पास 30,000 वोट है, एग्जाम्पल दे रहा हूँ, और स्काउट 35 पे जीत रहा है. स्काउट अगर 35 पे जीत रहा है तो दूसरा बंदा 10 पे होना चाहिए. समझ रहे हो तुम लोग? तुम लोग को समझ में आ रहा है कि अपने को कैसे जिताने का स्काउट को? कम से कम 30-40 हजार वोट का डिफरेंस होना चाहिए, कम से कम. कम से कम. ठीक है, समझ रहे हो?
Antes de eu me tornar pro player, eu já joguei futebol, já tentei ser jogador profissional.
कम से कम.
Meus pais conseguiram aceitar para eu ser pro player depois que eu comecei a assinar alguns contratos. Comecei a dar uma condição.
हाँ समझ गए विंक. ये क्या समझ गए तुम लोग? चुत्ते कुछ वो मैं कुछ तुम लोग जो नहीं वो नहीं, मैं कुछ बोल रहा हूँ, गांडूगिरी मत करना. मैं बोल रहा हूँ अगर स्काउट 100 के से जीत रहा है तो दूसरा बंदा 50,000 पे होना चाहिए. ऐसे वोटिंग आनी चाहिए, ऐसे. ठीक है, ऐसी वोटिंग होनी चाहिए. जाओ और फाड़ दो. वन साइड डोमिनेशन चाहिए, वन साइड डोमिनेशन. कमेंट डिलीटेड, 2 कमेंट है, 1 कमेंट डिलीट कर दिया है, 1 कमेंट बचा है. दिखाने को कि उसका फैन बेस है, सबको पता है, बट यहाँ पे स्काउट जीत सकता है ना. कुछ सेंस है इस बात का. बे यार क्या बोल रहे हैं, गाने सुन लेते उससे अच्छा. वोट कैसे करें? आओ तुम्हारा नंबर दो, मैं तुमको बताता हूँ. भेंग 12 बार बोल चुका वोट कैसे करें. 12 से 15 बार, कम से कम 12 से 15 बार बोल चुका हूँ वोट कैसे करे. जितने उसके एक दिन में 1 घंटे में. एग्जैक्टली. तुम लोग क्या सेलिब्रिटी. वोट करो, वोट करो. एक बार और बोल दो सिड भाई कैसे करे वो तेरा तेरा नंबर दे मैं तेरे को फोन करके समझाता हूँ एड्रेस दे एड्रेस दे मैं आके समझाता हूँ कैसे दे दो स्कूल वूल पे ध्यान दे दो थोड़ा सुनो मेरी बात ये स्ट्रीम में देखना बंद कर दो अभी थोड़ा स्कूल वूल पे ध्यान दो थोड़ा हाँ थोड़ा ध्यान दो स्कूल पे पढ़ाई वढ़ाई करो थोड़ा
हो रातां जाग जाग कटणियां पैंदियां जिन्हां नूं दुनिया ए मन्ने बस फोन कॉल दूर असी चाया पूरे करे ना सी होना मशहूर खुशी इस गल्लों जिंदगी ना जानियां फजूल कामयाबी नूं अचेड़ साडे हत्थां च अजूल आगे अंदर सी जो कम लाउणा आ गया आके आप किदां लाना ते दबाउणा आ गया जदे मन मार पैसा सी कमाउणा आ गया ते मैनू उदण दा खुल के जिउणा आ गया ना हुण रहे गिलिया
ना 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 33 हो गए ना क्रॉस ना 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 तो गाइस आई थिंक जो नेक्स्ट मैच होगा उसके बाद में अपन वाईटी पे जाएंगे ठीक है जो नेक्स्ट मैच होगा उसके बाद वाईटी पे जाएंगे वापस समझाओ वोट कैसे करना है पैन को फेंक के बनूंगा माउस अभी एक बटन दबाना है बे ई स्पोर्ट्स पबजी मोबाइल के पेज पे जाओ सेकंड पोस्ट है उधर जाओ स्काउट का कमेंट दिखेगा दबाओ बस और बंद कर दो फोन फेंक तोड़ दो फोन
For you guys at home, though, we've been talking a lot about how the players can win money. Well, you guys can win things yourself by making sure to pick up the Vibe and Drive event currently going on within the game. Make sure you guys log in and complete these missions with your friends and get yourself a
जीत गए सुनो ये क्या है थोड़ा सा आगे गए जीत नहीं गए ऐसे नहीं होता अभी वो भी वोट लाएगा ना देख के वो रिलैक्स हो गया होगा वो बोला होगा 32,000 है कौन हराएगा अब उसने देखा कह रहे डैडी इज हियर डैडी इज बैक तो अब वो ट्राई करेगा और वोट लेके आने को तो तुम लोग को सावधान रहे सतर्क रहे ठीक है जब दिखेगा कि वो एक वोट आगे जा रहे हैं हम 100 वोट आगे जाएंगे वो 100 वोट आगे जाएगा तो हम 10,000 वोट आगे जाएंगे समझ रहे हो कैलकुलेशन याद रखना वोट करते रहो बार बार और सेम अकाउंट से बार बार वोट मत करना कि बहन के लोड़ो वो एक ही वोट होगा क्योंकि तुम लोग लाइक करके अनलाइक करोगे और फिर से लाइक करोगे तो ज्यादा अकाउंट से तो उससे वोट करना एक ही बार वोट कर सकते हो एक अकाउंट से नहीं तो मेरे को आके बोलोगे सिड भाई मैंने एक ही अकाउंट से 20 बार वोट किया नहीं तुमने एक ही बार वोट किया है क्योंकि लाइक डिसलाइक करोगे तुम लोग समझ रहे हो चलो मैच चालू करते गाइस एनर्जी म्यूजिक वेयर इज एनर्जी म्यूजिक 1 सेकंड ये कौन सा लौड़ा ये कौन सा मैप है भैंचो एनर्जी म्यूजिक प्लीज या लेट्स गो हाउ टू वोट सिट भाई प्रैक्टिकल करके दिखाओ तुम इधर आओ मैं तुमको बायोलॉजी प्रैक्टिकल दिखाता हूँ एक भाई देता हूँ तुमको खेलने के लिए मजाक कर रहा हूँ ऑफेंडेड फील मत करना मजाक था जोक था छोटा सा जोक था चलो मैच देखते हो गए 35,000 तो हो गए भाई 50,000 तो हो जाएंगे Your stream is live on YouTube? Bak laude. गांड फट गई मेरी.
For the 2022 PMWI Watch Together, you can watch with us in game in the esports center with your friends to win some PMWI special sets. So make sure you get your little watch parties going, chat one another. I'm sure your analysis is maybe better than mine.
मजाक था वो भाई, जोक था. अच्छा था कि नहीं जोक हो, अच्छा था कि नहीं जोक, सुनने में अच्छा लगा कि नहीं, बस जैसा मीन नहीं कर रहा था मैं, जोक था वो.
Do you know how you do that, Blank?
I don't. How do you explain it for us?
Well, the PMWI packages are on sale for a limited time. 16% off if you head to the store.
आ रहा हूँ YouTube पे, आ रहा हूँ मैं इसके बाद, ये मैच के बाद YouTube पे आ रहे हैं, ठीक है? They're coming.
During PMWI, so anytime.
ये कौन सा है मैप पे ये? Livik.
Anytime you're in there, you can win those treasure chests. Look at the map though, obviously, you've got the waterfall, beautiful place around here, some loot in the back of the waterfall.
कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, ऐसा कुछ है नहीं कि मिरामार होता तो मैं थोड़ा सा बात कर पाता गेम के बारे में, मेरे को उतना ही लोड़े का नॉलेज है, मतलब समझ रहे हो, सारे मैप्स के बारे में. तो अच्छा है, मतलब ये ज्यादा बेटर है क्योंकि इधर कुछ भी नहीं पता अपने को, लौड़ा नहीं पता इधर अपने को कुछ भी, तो अच्छी बात है. पहले मैच का पॉइंट्स किधर गया ब्रो शुभम भाई? वो पीएमजीसी के लिए काउंट होगा. तो जब पीएमजीसी में 7 सीज को जो डायरेक्ट इनवाइट मिलेगा वहां पे, क्योंकि वो लोग फर्स्ट मैच जीते फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, तो लोग को डुओ का स्पेशल इनवाइट मिलेगा वहां पे पीएमजीसी में, जो अक्टूबर या नवंबर में हो रहा है थाईलैंड में या इंडोनेशिया में. तो वहां पे उनको डायरेक्ट इनवाइट जो मिलेगा वहां पे वो पॉइंट्स काउंट हो गए. वो यहाँ के लिए नहीं है, वो पॉइंट्स वहां के लिए जो काउंट नहीं हुआ है यहाँ पे.
I mean, you would typically spot that. The thing is very loud as it traverses through the map. Quite difficult to take down though. So
if there's
just tell your audience to like, scout, comment on PUBG Mobile. तो इधर इतने टाइम से क्या दांडिया रस कर रहा हूँ मैं? क्या बता रहा हूँ? यही बता रहा हूँ ना, वही तो वोट करते हैं. क्या कर रहा हूँ मैं यहाँ पे इतने टाइम से?
Riyadh though, they do make it through and they find their way to a fairly decent compound actually with the walls along the side. This is inside the circle, quite central actually as well. So a lot
stream
of
चोरी हो रहा है.
looking for these compounds.
कौन चोरी कर रहा है?
Where Stalwart finished.
कौन कर रहा है मेरा stream?
Take shots over towards Never Alone, who caught himself
बताओ जरा.
slipping.
First elimination, 2K. Ooh, it's looking tasty. I'd managed to get the knock, and Falcons getting back up. Keep that bounty on the cards.
कौन सा चैनल चोरी कर रहा है मेरा स्ट्रीम? बताओ जरा.
It's kind of twofold, right? Like you don't want them to get.
अब बीच देते ना, अब बीच लाइव देते हैं.
First elimination, get that 2K in the pocket as well.
दिख तो नहीं रहा मेरे को.
For yourself, and it looks like with all these teams actually heading very
रीस्ट्रीम कर रहा है YouTube पे. अबे नहीं हो रहा बाबा, YouTube तो बंद है अभी, चालू नहीं हुआ है. चुतियागिरी मत करो.
Vikendi, we have that problem where you send in
Hamash plays
and you're not quite able to get all
चुतिया बना रहा है. खुद का ही चैनल होगा Hamash plays. अभी इसको
take compounds towards the center.
लोड़ा मेरा Hamash plays नाम का चैनल ही नहीं है.
Realistically, where you do get that loot from, you do get that ammo from.
Hamash plays.
Teams crash into you. You can see Yusuf here. He's got level 3 backpack, level 3 vest, but his chest
अबे
is very
लोड़ू.
exposed with the level 1 vest.
That's unfortunate.
इसकी
You don't like to see it. So maybe just going for those little peek
Hamash
outs.
थोड़ी
Unfortunately, with the
शर्म
shotgun,
कर ले भाई.
do you want to be in that close range? So it's not ideal.
अभी लाइव कॉपीराइट दे रहा हूँ मैं तेरे को. लाइव बंद कर दे स्ट्रीम बंद कर दे ब्रो.
That's true. Maybe
अब भी कॉपीराइट दे रहा हूँ देख.
cover the body with it. Equip it. Try and run forwards. Get in range for the XM. Swap it out quickly. Bam bam.
Thank you, man.
That's all right.
गांडू.
That's if you can pull that off, which is easier said than done. The res
Promotes terrorism,
I believe. So nobody has gone down just
child
yet.
abuse. क्योंकि मैं क्या, मैं 20-22 साल का हूँ तो child abuse, harmful और dangerous act मेरा पैसा खा रहा है.
And that is the first elimination coming through. I think that was from
harassment or bullying. Correct.
To pick up the airdrop to try and secure themselves $1,000. I don't know if they've already picked that up though, but if that's the case, you get the 2K for the first elimination and the
चला गया strike.
The airdrop as well.
चैनल उड़ जाएगा अभी.
That's
anytime.
That's a good point actually. Did they manage to loot that airdrop first before the elim came down? We'll have to wait and see. Just where the earnings fall.
हो गया प्राइवेट हो गया. अरे.
Get a little bit of a free play. They spotted him. Spray God caught out in the
एक और है क्या?
Is this a retreat? Is this
PUBG Mobile Watch Party के नाम से एक बंदा कर रहा है.
Looks like this is still open. Okay, S2G, they've covered off
second.
the position.
Okay. उनको भी दे रहा हूँ.
7C are looking to try and shut
Oh!
this one down.
एक second.
Going for the crate.
Shh.
And they're just going to dip completely. They're going to give this